This week here on World Class Bullshitters. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the man who is a 26-year pro of the comic book industry, creator of Cyberfrog, and everyone's favorite uncle, Ethan Van Sciver.
Yes, Mr. Shitter, it's an honor to be here tonight on the High Council with you ladies and gentlemen. Let's make it a good one.
Up next from Mindless Entertainment, you know her, you love her, she'll yell if you don't, Jesse Milestone.
What's up, guys? I'll still yell at you even if you do love me. It's just kind of what I do. So, hi, everybody. It's good to be here. It's been a while.
And finally, she's been on the High Council quite a few times. You know her, you love her. Her favorite number is 42. It's Mecca Random.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me back. It's an honor.
Well, it's great to have you, and it's great to be back here on the High Council. So, folks, thanks to Google Hangouts, we had a couple technical glitches and issues, but we have found a way to give you guys the best show on Tuesday nights. So we cover Star Wars, and there are a ton of Star Wars topics to cover today. So where do you guys want to start first?
Well, this is your job.
Okay, fair enough. Let's start with some information from our friend Ichibaka. We all know Ichibaka. We all love Ichibaka. And he sent me some information regarding a study that I would like to share with you guys right now. So, now we always are called the small vocal minority, how we're always discredited, how people tell us that our opinions on Star Wars are irrelevant and invalid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out that may not be the case. So let me pull up a screen share of this one. I got the information here. It looks like there might be some validity to our comments, and Disney's actually concerned.
You don't say. We were just making it up as we went along. You mean we were on to something?
Yeah.
All right.
So let me pull up a screen share, and we will look at this together. So, of course, folks, get your browser set to Disney Star Wars is Dumb, and join us for this read-along, if you will. So here we go. Boom. And... well, thank you. There we go. So can we see that? There we go. Perfect. So Disney knew that a tiny vocal minority narrative was false all along. So undoubtedly, we've all seen the SJWs repeatedly make tiny vocal minority claims. They like to dismiss opinions they don't like as coming from a minority, while simultaneously telling us all how important the minorities are. They literally have no idea what their ideology even stands for, such as the case of Brandon Bird, writer for CinemaCast, who decided to pair it once on more. I can't speak. Sorry, paired it once more for a kind of affirmation. So obviously, we've seen these posts a lot. People tell us that, oh, everyone loves The Last Jedi. It's a critically acclaimed movie. It made billions of dollars. It's a huge hit. But we kind of know what's going on. So we have some science right here in this graph.
Hooray for science.
Yeah, it's important at times.
I'm sick of science.
Really?
Let's go.
Can we just go back to the dark ages? Can we just go back to the days where we made excuses and we made things up for why things happen in the natural world? I'm tired of it. I want to believe in ghosts and goblins. I want to believe in witchcraft.
I do generally prefer magic to science.
Well, I want to persecute people as witches when they invent or when they question what I say. I'm sick of science. Down with science. Thank you.
Are you a fan of bloodletting, Ethan?
With leeches? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to get the bad blood out.
So we're on the same page with that.
So we should put leeches on all of the SJWs. Is that the new movement? Leech the SJWs?
Are the leeches. Wow, let me whoa, you just blew my mind.
See, those people tend to be the ones out there witch hunting, and they're the ones like, burn you, you're a heretic, you don't believe what I believe. So I don't know.
He's saying that he wants to be an SJW.
No, I'm not. I take it back.
No, you want to just culturally appropriate their culture.
Oh, that's
and
good.
then
I can get down with that.
And then push them out of their little fandom of outrage. I don't know.
No.
So I got to do a little more research of this. I want to make a video about it. But we have some scatter plots here about how The Last Jedi and Star Wars tweets in general seem to have more of a negative connotation. So it's as demonstrated by the scattered plot above. The majority of Star Wars-related tweets contain strong and ominous language. A polarity score is a metric used by big data scientists to show what degree of text is negative or positive. Subjectivity score is another data science metric. Nearly 3/4 of Star Wars-related tweets score negative polarity, less than 0. 2/3 of tweets have polarity of less than negative 0.03, and blah, blah, blah. I'll save you for that. So it looks like there's a lot of negative talk about Star Wars. And this is
That looks like that looks like Star Wars fans giving Disney the finger there. That's what that chart ends up looking like, a little bit.
It's like a Rorschach image.
That's what I see. You know, in that Rorschach image, I see me giving Lucasfilm, specifically Ryan Johnson and Pablo Hidalgo, the finger like that.
They deserve it.
Jeff, it looks like you have 2 simultaneous streams happening at the same time. People
do.
in the chat are calling it out, and I just looked. It looks like that is the case.
Oh,
How did you do that?
How did I do that?
That's pretty impressive.
Well, you've got, which one are we on? Because oh, look at that.
I think we're on both of them.
And they're both demonetized.
Of course.
Yeah.
One of them is raking in the super chats. The other one really isn't. So
Well, that one does have one super chat from Cynical Centrist who says #cancel Jeremy. And I think we can all agree with that.
yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
so you read the
cancel
one.
Jeremy? No, I canceled.
Let's see. Let's make that private and turn it off. There we go.
#cactus Jeremy.
Yes. We were in the desert. We should have brought back a cactus for him to sit
Now,
on.
what is this? You guys were camping in the desert?
Yeah. You
What
know.
do you like? The Doors? Are you guys peyote?
Yeah, I was thinking
so,
that.
So last night was the peak night for the Perseid meteor shower, which is one of the
pretty.
Yeah, it's one of the really vivid ones. And my friends and I had been planning for a while to go do that, to go drive out to Death Valley, set up camp in the mountains, and watch the stars. And it just happened that Jeff is also here, so we took him with us.
It just so happened.
Aw.
Yeah, why am I here again?
Oh,
How did I get here?
I might have kidnapped you.
All right, cool. Well, I'm
Right.
glad
You wanna
I'm
make
stealing
an
that
announcement.
idea.
We want to
Do
make an announcement that all fandom menace, this is a big deal. Jeff of World Class Bullshitters and Jesse of Mindless Entertainment. Together they are Mindless Bullshitters. They're officially, I'm sorry, Jeff, am I interrupting the story? I shouldn't interrupt the story. We should go ahead with it. Okay. No, they're
Tease them like this.
they're in love right now. They're
Oh, it's so sweet.
sweethearts.
They're so cute.
Now, will Jesse, will you be taking his last name? Will you become Jesse Shitter?
No, it doesn't have a nice ring to it. It's too many S's, too many S sounds. I'm going to stay Jesse Milestone. It's a pretty good name.
We think it is so cute. We're so happy for both of you. Honestly, it's fantastic. So everybody wants to congratulate you guys. I just want to see the chat throw hearts up, heart emojis for
Little
this.
hearts everywhere.
Yeah.
Miles Shitter, they're saying. Oh.
Shitstone. I think Shitstone's better.
Hey, Cecil's in the chat.
Woo!
On the stream. What's up?
I guess he's not here yet.
Hello. You guys can hear me now? Okay.
Cecil.
Yeah.
I've been talking nonstop. I didn't realize no one could hear me.
Me too.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Cecil.
Hi.
Yay, Cecil's here.
We just got a lot of big events going on in the fandom menace. I mean, some are good, some are bad. Cecil, what happened? Your sister put you out on the street like a dog?
Yes.
Is that
I'd have to
insensitive
fend
the
for
way I put that?
myself now. And I don't. It was accurate.
Sorry, Cecil, for your loss.
I have to get a job now,
upsetting.
like an animal. No one should have.
What are you qualified for, Cecil?
Social security. I was meant to be a
YouTube
fund.
celebrity.
There you go.
When I took the aptitude test in high school, I was qualified to be a trust fund kid. But my
Someone
parents
suggests
wouldn't
dog walking.
cooperate.
It's a noble profession.
Or lottery winner.
Ooh, that's
So
good.
let me just tell people what happened. I mean, people don't know. Some people don't know what happened with Cecil, but Cecil lives with his wealthy sister and her husband. He lives in the basement. Cecil evidently he wanted to live stream. He was playing hooky from whatever it is he does, and wanted to live stream with Anna and who else? John Malin. And he wanted to put his face on camera. Now, nobody knows what Cecil looks like, so he wears masks, upsetting masks. So he's wearing a leather face mask, and he's out there drinking hooch on the dock. Cecil, I'm sorry, this isn't funny, but it is in a way.
It's hilarious.
He's out there drinking hooch on the dock. His sister's dog walker comes by, and Cecil's not supposed to be home, and sees Cecil or sees a man dressed like Leatherface drinking.
Oh God!
Drinking a large bottle of whiskey, bourbon. What were you drinking, Cecil?
Is this too personal? Are you scared to share this?
What do you mean? He made a video about it. It's Cecil's legacy.
Oh shit! Okay, my bad.
Well, anyway, the dog walker saw Cecil, and he's probably coming back in, and called his sister and said, Leatherface is in your backyard, drinking, and
That's so sad.
His sister flipped
But
out.
hilarious.
Yeah, Cecil's going to be finding a new place to stay, I think.
Oh, poor Cecil.
But you can watch the video. I think Cecil would want you to do that. I think he he actually filmed it while it was happening. The horror on the dog walker's face, all of that stuff. Cecil ran up to the dog walker, still in the mask.
Huh.
And so it's the video's there. Yeah.
Wow.
Why did Cecil leave?
He's back. He's having.
No, my connection cut out right in the middle of it. I don't know. Could you guys hear me when I was asking? Can you hear me?
No.
No.
All right, I'm back on. Everything's fine. Yeah, you summed it up. Basically, I scared the dog walker because I was in the backyard, and then my sister called and it's like, "You got to get the fuck out of my house. It's been 3 years now, and you got to get a job." And it was because
you were babysitting. You're providing a valuable
help
service.
Out. I'm helpful. Yeah, I help out. I help with the kids, and I do things here and there. But mostly, I go to the club and I drink and I boat, and I use her expense accounts and stuff. But mostly that's what I do. But also, I occasionally pick the kids up from camp or school and the math and realized that she could hire up to do those chores for cheaper than what it costs for me to live there. So, fuck math. So I'm out.
John
Yeah, I got
says 3 years of a weekend stay.
Yeah, it's been like that. I try to not, I try to fly under the radar, but I think I really shook up the dog walker, and he called her at work, and she was just like, what the fuck? Are you in our backyard with a mask on, drinking whiskey? And I said yes.
I think that's none of his business.
But it was. It's all.
I think he's a big fat Budinsky.
I think your sister should fire the dog walker.
Well, it's all happened on a live stream, so you could see when the guy walks up,
No.
and I'm like, yeah, a lot of people in the chat said I had the chance to murder him, and now that I have to look for a place, I missed that opportunity, and
I'm sure the chat
it.
could have kept your secret.
I should have.
You would have murdered him, and then basically, there'd be nobody to tell your sister the incriminating truth that you were drinking whiskey.
Right. The upside is that I would probably be able to stay in her home, but the downside.
Somebody in the chat's really cruel. Says Epstein's Pedo Island is vacant right now, so
it is vacant.
It is vacant.
Yeah, I could go stay there for 30. I just have to stay there and receive some mail, and I could do squatters' rights at Epstein's Island.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's get this back on track, shall we?
We have
we're sad. That's so sad.
We have science.
We do science.
I like science.
We
All
also
the
have a
science
shitload of
I-
lag. Sorry, folks. Well,
All
here's
right,
the
we'll get on
conflict.
with
I'm switching my connection to see if it's
drafts. Go.
So he's trying to fix the connection because we're streaming. We're both in my apartment right now, so we're streaming on the same connection that doesn't appear to be able to handle these things.
on my back. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you can.
All right. So,
Yeah.
is this news to you?
Oh, did you not know?
No, I didn't realize you were at the same place right now.
Why aren't you both? Are you in the same? You're in the same house right now. You're at Jesse's house.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get on Jesse's?
Yeah, just get in the frame
We're
with
trying
her.
to be professional.
Yeah. I can't hold a mic on my lap.
I
on
think
a
each
bed.
other.
Well, so you could just come
Let's
over
start
here
at-
and we could just be on my thing.
We'll save that for your stream.
Just saying. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you could just like mute your microphone and then just talk into hers on her, like next to her.
Mhm.
Maybe. Give me a minute. We'll switch up the setup. We got a lot of people watching, folks. We got 944 watching. Let's hit that thumbs up button, folks. And by the way, Cecil, you have to do your Curse of Chucky review, says Blasted Heath.
I do. I have a lot of things to do. I remember I'm going to do.
All right, so
Well, never mind. You got your graphs?
we're good. We're good. Folks, I have pants on. You don't have to tell me to put on pants. Thank you. I'm fully dressed.
Goodness, I can see his pants. They're on. I can
You're
also
supposed
see
to
the
wear
pairs of pants. No, you're good.
So, this study that we keep talking about, it turns out, according to this blog, that it was reported, or excuse me, it was commissioned by Disney. So, guys, all the shit that we've been put down for, all the craziness, all the negativity, it turns out Disney knew about it all along. So the media lied, of course. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out my newest video, folks watching, but we did the Google Trends for the Rise of Skywalker comparatively to the build-up to the other two Star Wars films in the main sequel trilogy saga, and it's lower than all of them. So our guess about 900 million, $1 billion, I don't think this movie's going to make $1 billion. Ethan, what do you think?
I think that the movie is going to bomb spectacularly. I think it's going to make about $15, and that's going to be to Jason Ford. It would have made 30, but I don't know. I was going to make a terrible joke there, but I'm not going to. Okay. No, I think it's going to be an awful, disastrous movie. People have given up on Star Wars at this point, and nobody cares. And nobody cares about this garbage. Nobody cares about it. And these people, they ran ops on their own fandom for an entire year. They ran ops on us, calling us toxic, calling us, Nazis, calling us names. And now, believe it or not, as it turns out, when you call your fan base toxic, they don't come to your theme park. They don't come to your movie. They don't buy your toys. They don't buy your toys. They don't buy your stupid toys. And I don't know what exactly they think they're doing, trying to sell this piece of garbage. What is this? Can you focus the screen on me for a second?
That's
Is that Michael
Anna.
Jackson?
It doesn't. You're not kidding about that. This is Darth Vader Barbie. Darth Vader Barbie, and actually it looked pretty bitchin', but I'm not sure why Barbie is doing this. Does Barbie want to force choke some bitches? Is this something that women can? Girls can do this too. Girls can be tyrannical dictators. Girls can be mass murderers, just like boys can. What is the purpose of this? What are you doing, Star Wars? What are you doing? Girls don't. Excuse me, ladies. Even though you guys are here. Girls don't like Star Wars. It's about time we come to terms with this. Most girls do not like Star Wars. We have the only two girls who like Star Wars right here with us.
Don't forget Anna. Don't forget Anna.
And Anna, the three.
That looks like Anna.
Only 3 don't worry.
Okay, now I'm seeing it. Yeah, I just saw the sunglasses and it looked like Michael Jackson for a second. The sunglasses, but
That's what it is. It's Michael. Well, they were actually trying to design a Michael Jackson Barbie, and someone said, "Hey, it looks like Darth Vader," and they thought that branding. They probably had this design in the works for a long time, and that documentary came out, and they're like, "Crap, we really can't release this now, can we?" So they just tweaked a couple things and called it Darth.
Jeff and Jesse.
Who collects Barbies anyway?
People in the chat are saying,
echo.
Yeah, there's an echo because you guys are too close. So what's happening is you're each picking up each other's mic.
Okay.
So one of you has to go into a glass booth.
I have a bathroom.
Okay, go in the shower and put the laptop under the water. That should stop the echo.
Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it. Okay.
Hold on a second. Keep talking.
Talking words. I want to say regarding the study, if Disney knew about this, how idiotic was that then? I mean, that just makes the decision to shit on the fans that much more idiotic if they did so knowing that we were a much larger portion of their revenue stream than they were letting on. It's like, wow, you purposely, I mean, what kind of ego does it take to say that, oh, we can alienate half of our fan base and we'll still be fine. We'll still make money.
They were trying to control the narrative. That's why.
And that's how little they think of us. They're like, oh, they're just nerds. They'll buy it anyway. Oh, those numbers can't be right. They're just Russian bots. They'll buy it anyway. And they're so out of touch. They're trying to pass these numbers off to their investors to keep getting more and more money so they can make these movies. And they're like, oh, no, it's just a couple of toxic fans. They're just ists. They just don't like women. They just don't like whatever. So and they push this narrative and they show the parrot analytics and they hire these companies, but then the real data they want to bury because they don't get as much money from investors.
Yeah. What do you think of this, Cecil?
I think it was horseshit that they made the new movie about them. No one wants to go see the Kylo Ren and fucking Rey song and dance show. We want to watch Darth Vader dance. I do. And C-3PO. Thank you.
Well, especially this Darth Vader, frankly,
Yeah, I'd watch
the Barbie Darth Vader. Yeah. To be honest,
I would.
Well, who collects Barbie dolls? Richard Simmons, right?
What?
Like, I haven't heard the last time anybody collected Barbie dolls since I saw Richard Simmons show off his collection, right?
My mom collects Barbie dolls.
Okay.
When you take off Vader,
would she want a Vader
clothes? When you take off her clothes, is she all burned up?
She's just a hot dog.
Cecil, I think that is something that we need to find out on the stream.
I would find that out about 3 seconds after I bought that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, Anna collects Barbies.
Chat, she says she collects Barbies.
Okay, cool.
We've sold a few of them here.
So, did you guys see the other Star Wars Barbies? There's more than just Darth Vader.
Really?
Yeah, there's an R2-D2 one as well.
No, there's not an R2-D2 one.
Is she a midget?
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull these up.
Well, they did that with Star Trek. They had the Barbie in the Starfleet uniform, and then they had Ken as Captain Kirk. But I don't know.
All right, you guys are getting your wish.
We're both on camera, and there's no echo. How's that?
With our powers combined, one mic, one camera.
Fully dressed.
Fully clothed.
Yeah, sorry. We're professionals, kind of.
Well, this is what I want to talk about. How long are you staying over there, Jeff?
Till the end of the month.
You're staying there for another, how long? You're staying 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'll be home on the 30th.
Okay. Are you doing anything else there? Is Jesse going to come with you?
No. So, basically, she's going to go off to work her fencing tournaments, and I'm just going to go home for a little bit. I have a convention to work the following weekend, so I will be super busy, and then get back together soonish. We have other plans.
Were you planning to do this when you got on an airplane and went to?
No. Do you want to hear what she did to me?
Yeah, I do.
Well, we were in Vegas for the. We totally went for the purpose of the fan meetup. That's definitely why we went. And Monday, I was supposed to take him back to the airport, and I had been joking the night before about kidnapping him, and he wasn't really giving me a good reason why I shouldn't. So Monday came. He was navigating to the airport. I got off of the exit to take him to the airport, and I was immediately like, no, this is not correct. This is wrong. So I just crossed a bunch of lanes to make a U-turn and get back on the highway. I'm like, all right, you're coming to California. And he was like, all right.
And so I had all my stuff shared or sent out here.
So you went, okay, I'll like you're home. When you're at home, do you have animals? Do you have pets or anything like that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You do.
No, all I do is YouTube stuff, and that's it.
So you
Like,
have no real obligations. You know, you don't have to turn on the lawn sprinklers or anything like that. You know, I'm just saying,
No,
like, you're not to leave your house for a month unexpectedly. You can do that.
He did
Yes.
like just like
All I needed was
those movies from the 40s and 30s where they're like, "I'll send for my things." And
Oh, I
I'm always
like that.
That's so
Right?
romantic.
Yeah,
So he's the beautiful
So-
damsel in distress that I took away from his other life and gave him a new one.
And they're totally stealing that idea.
By the way, I know for a fact
What is
that Jeff had 3 cats, but cats are cheap. You could get more. Don't worry.
Oh,
can get
I have 4, Cecil. I have 4,
Then
so I think we're doing
who
it.
needs 7 cats? You made the right call.
Exactly.
So what's it like staying with Jessie? Does she cook?
yeah.
Does she really?
She made me breakfast the other day.
What'd she make? Are you
Omelets. No,
Oh,
we had was it prosciutto
Cheerio.
and
Prosciutto and mozzarella.
mhm. That's good.
And
And
then
then
we
what?
thought we were just joking.
Yeah. I thought you were too. I thought it was just. Well, first of all, I mean, you know, you're both, you're both very affectionate. You know, Jessie gives a lot of huggies and stuff. You know,
I'm a very
that's
lucky
weird.
person.
And so does Jeff. So when I saw you guys cuddling, I just went, yeah, you know, that's just typical. That's typical. I didn't believe it. And then
when I-
somebody said,
Really?
I'm sorry. When I met Jeff in New York, he was very handsy with me. So yes,
Don't say anything, dude.
So,
But you liked it, Cecil. You liked it.
Cecil's
Not
not
complaining.
complaining. It's the first anyone's heard of it. So, yeah, so that's very romantic. Now, when did this all start? You know, when did the idea of you guys being a couple come about? What happened?
Last Saturday, right? In Vegas?
I mean, officially last Saturday. Yeah. But it was like, so I had gone to Columbus to referee a fencing tournament, and he came out just to like hang out, go drink, that kind of stuff. And we went that way for the first few days, and it was like, all right, this is fun. We're having a good time. And then things happened.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, that things happened. And I went back to LA and he went back to Cincinnati. And then we just started kind of talking every day. And I don't know.
Oh,
People
that's so
that
romantic.
Apparently everybody saw this coming before we did. Apparently everyone from like Star Wars Celebration just saw this coming.
I didn't see nothing. I don't. It's a surprise, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm thoroughly delighted by it. I absolutely love it.
Well, it was so hard keeping a straight face. The other week, Ethan, when you and Jeremy were on my live stream on Tuesday night, and someone in the chat made a joke about it because at that point, you know, the internet didn't know, and you like took it and ran with it. I was just like, yeah, oh no, this is terrible and ridiculous. And then for the next like 2 days or even more, everyone was just on with the Jessie Jeff ship the whole time. So I did we did our show on Wednesday, and I had to sit there and be like, I'm so mad about all of this because if I say anything, I'm going to start like giggling and smiling and shit.
So when does the domestic violence kick in? Now,
Right
Jeff is a wrestler, you know.
I think she can take. I think she
that's
can
what
hold
I'm
her
saying.
own. She's pretty.
She can. I've already beaten her before.
Jessie is a fighter as well. I've seen Jessie flip people over her head like full-grown men. I've seen her beat some ass. So I was talking to Andrea, my wife, about this. I'm like, the two of them, they're going to be fighting all the time. They're going to be wrestling, not play fighting. You know what I mean? They're going to be play fighting all the time.
she's
And
a
you-
fencer. She'll stab him.
I didn't even think of that.
I have lots of knives. department.
You do. And
I picture Jeff not really wanting to fight, but Jesse always picking a fight with him, and Jeff having to kind of hold her back a little bit.
that's exactly it, actually.
It's not.
Yeah, it is. It's like a tough little bunny versus an enormous bear, like a grizzly bear. And the bunny wants to pick a fight, and the bear's like, "Look, you see our size differential," and eventually the bear just gives in and swats the bunny around a little bit. That's my opinion. But you're a tough bunny. You'd be a tough bunny. Don't get me wrong. You'd be a tough rabbit.
Thank you.
But Jeff
Swats
is
the
very
bunny. That sounds dirty.
big. It wasn't.
He just swats the bunny.
Cecil, what do you think of this? Am I right or wrong?
I think that was one of the greatest questions I've ever heard to a new couple. So when does the domestic violence kick in?
We're all thinking it. We're all, or maybe it was just me. I don't know.
Somebody has to ask the hard questions.
People have been trying to ship me with one of my co-stars, Kelsey Shannon. I'm game.
Kelsey, of course, is a man. Just in case that was people in the chat. Did you know that, Cecil? You were aware of that, right? It's Kelsey, not Chelsea.
I don't see gender. I don't know.
Did you see enormous swaths of facial hair? I mean,
I just see giant gray beard coming at me.
All right, so I'm sorry to derail this. I feel like
It's okay.
I've embarrassed you both. I'm sorry, but everyone's excited about it. It's pretty neat. You guys are basically the Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston of the Fandom Menace. No, not Jennifer Anderson. They broke up. But who else? Who's Brad Pitt?
Angelina.
Oh, Angelina Jolie.
Jeff has bigger boobs than me, though, so I guess that makes him Angelina.
You guys are the Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood of comics.
Yes, I like that one better, Cecil. Do you know how Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner went? She drowned.
He kicked her off a boat, I think.
You guys are the OJ and Nicole of the Fandom Menace.
Yeah.
We're pretty close to the highway where OJ had the slow chase, right?
Oh no.
Can we go there?
Road trip?
She's promised to take me to all these cool places in LA one day.
And I haven't delivered.
In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, we're right down the street from one. Let's get that
Really?
one.
No.
Anyway, let's talk about some more Star Wars. So, Ethan, check out the screen. You brought up the Darth Vader Barbie. We have an R2-D2 Barbie with eye paint and a Princess Leia Barbie. And, what do we think? Is George, or what's his name? Not Russell Simmons. Richard Simmons. You think he's going to add this to his collection?
Probably.
Almost assuredly. I really like the R2-D2 one.
She's cute. I'd wear that outfit.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. When you said there was an R2-D2, I like Cecil. I was picturing a very small little person. So that looks a lot better.
Really, I think that's actually very offensive. They elected to make R2-D2 Barbie full size. I think that's very discriminatory against midgets or whatever we're supposed to call them.
Can we just use the word midget? A lot of people
Please.
don't want to use that word, and they think that's offensive. I don't know why. I think it's because little Tootsie Rolls are called midgets or midgies.
I think it goes back to the circus, right? They would call the circus freaks that, and it's sort of a, hey, perform for me. It's a derogatory term, but
Dance, little midget dance.
yeah.
But little person is not little person to me. Like those little Japanese twins in with Mothra. Like to me, that's
Yeah.
But children are little people too, It's very confusing. Little person is far too over-encompassing of a term. Midget's very specific.
Okay, let me read about LPA issues a statement to abolish the M word, the midget word. So they actually do want to. They want to get rid of, and by they I mean midget. I mean little people want to get rid of the M word. They don't want to use that word anymore. So I'm curious about it. I want to hear the reasoning why this word is offensive. Okay, little people of America, the world's oldest and largest dwarfism. That's kind of a contradiction of terms, Cecil.
Yeah.
The
largest dwarf.
Yeah, largest dwarf is okay. Support organization and an international membership-based organization for people with dwarfism and their families advocates to abolish the use of the word midget. The word midget was never coined as the official term to identify people with dwarfism, but was created as a label. used to refer to people of short stature who were on public display for curiosity and sport. You're right, Mecca. You're right.
I'm usually right. Most of the time.
It's so surprising that you are because you're a woman.
I know, right? My opinion doesn't count for
Also-
anything because I don't exist.
Also, Fredo is now a hate crime.
Against Italians, from what
Well,
I
no, against his stupid brother. So I've been called Fredo many times, and I'm glad I could prosecute now. Hate crime, justice for the dummies.
Yeah, people are saying 90% of people say the word should never be used. All right, so the dwarfism community, I think dwarfism is worse. I really do. Dwarfs are like they're like gnomes, aren't they? They're like hobbits. In Lord of the Rings, they're I don't know. Maybe that's cool. Maybe you want to be a dwarf. Has voiced that they prefer to be referred to as dwarfs, little people, people of short stature, or having dwarfism, or simply and most preferably by their given name.
But of
I'm
all
sorry.
the things,
First of all, I have to use a nickname. They're that short. I can't use their whole name. Also,
Yeah.
people of short stature, that's just, you're asking too much at that point. I mean, I get it if you've been discriminated against and you want some reparations so that you get treated like a human. Though, to be fair, you're only half a human.
But-
We'll
but
have
then
to
that breaks down
size
to
the human.
POS. You don't want to
Ask
be called,
us
you don't
to
want to be
ask
called
us to use
POS.
that long of a, well, yeah, well, they'd be POSSs, people of short stature, POSs.
Yeah.
And that just gets too confusing because we'll have POCs and POSs, so we'll have POCs and POSs, and it's just, it's
I
too
always thought
much.
POC stood for piece of crap until I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh man. Don't let me fill in blanks in my mind. I will always go to the worst place.
Well, POSS is just pieces of short shit.
Oh,
God, this whole stream is a hate crime.
Yeah, I was just trying to educate myself about the proper use of the, what I feel like we've gone off the rails, Cecil.
I disavow.
I disavow all of this, and I disavow midgets, or at least the use of the word midget to describe dwarfs. I don't mind calling them dwarfs.
What about people who are just that size that they're classified as that, but they don't actually have dwarfism? Because there are people who are very, very short, like midget size, pardon my slur, but they don't have dwarfism.
Well, what is dwarfism?
They should call themselves elves. That's the coolest one. Elves are
Yeah, I
cooler than dwarves. So, like, they should just get together, fucking vote on it, and just be known as elves. Everybody likes elves.
I agree. Especially Legolas. He's pretty.
Yeah, Ham
Really
already.
watch it?
Or the Santa has those fucking elves too. There's so many elves.
Yeah, they make presents.
Elves are weird. Right.
Gnomes. You'd be gnomes.
They make
Gnomes aren't
cookies. They
bad.
make presents. They shoot arrows into dragons. What do dwarfs do? They kidnap some chick in their cottage.
They mine things.
Yeah, they're in a mine. Who wants to be that? They're underground digging.
Yeah,
Be an
that's pretty
elf.
bad.
That's it.
It sounds like being blue collar and no one wants to be blue collar.
Dwarves unite and become elves.
Yeah, dwarves are. They hang out with Snow White.
That's not bad.
Cecil's pretty tall, right? I picture you as like 5'7".
You're not wrong.
You're right about there.
Mhm.
I am actually 5'8", but because people go, "You're not that tall," I say 5'7" because I'm not going to fight over that stupid fucking inch. I'm short.
So we got some super chats we need to read. Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pop says, Spirit Halloween has already opened. On Sunday, I picked up an H78 Michael Myers mask and a Friday the 13th mug with a spinning Jason head. Pop gay. Is it too early to celebrate Halloween yet?
Yeah.
no.
It's already in the stores. Everybody's got Halloween stuff out already. It's pretty exciting.
I celebrated Halloween yesterday, and now I'm fucking looking for a new place to live.
Ethan, what's the best Halloween costume you've ever worn?
I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of costumes. I dressed as Elmo 3 years ago. I've still got that Elmo costume in the closet. Everybody knows about that. When you dress like Elmo, all of the children on the street come running at you, and they go Elmo, and they hug your legs, and that made me feel uncomfortable. So I only did that once, Jeff.
Mecca, what about you?
I don't really dress up in costumes. I have like a cloak. I have a cloak, and I do incorporate from time to time the headbands, like the devil horns or something. That's only when I'm dark side Mecca. Those are my dark videos. I've only done one of, but people want more. So one of these days.
My favorite Halloween costume that I ever did was in college. I wore my big, fluffy red bathrobe. I had a bottle of wine in one hand. I had a fencing saber in the other hand. And I went around drunkenly hitting people with my saber, announcing that I was irresponsible.
People liked Mecca's costume. They're saying that was hot. People really dug Mecca's devil horns.
The devil horns.
Yeah.
I have antlers, and I think I'm going to need to get some for every holiday now.
You have antlers?
I have antlers from Christmas that I wore. I think.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I have clovers from, what is it, St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Yeah. I bought a space suit for no reason and wore it, and it really bothered Renfamous. I just wore it on a live stream.
See, that's all the more reason to wear it again.
I do have my unicorn onesie still. I just did a unicorn for Halloween this year.
If we have a high council like the day before Halloween, we should wear something stupid. I think that'd be funny. So, let's see. Logan Michael also sent in another one. He says, Migo should get a Halloween 2 license and make a Ben Tramer playset. Just a burnt Ben Tramer, a van, and a cop car. Also pop gay. I'd buy that. I'd really buy that. Raiders of the Lost Flicks, thank you very much. He says, Jeff, great job on your recent Star Wars video. Any plan to address the rumor of Lucas still receiving residual income from original characters, leading to Disney's decision to push them out or kill them off? So that's an important question. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
I've heard rumor. I haven't seen any facts to back it up.
There's not a lot of evidence, but there's a good reason to believe that it's probably true, because if you watch Midnight's Edge did a video about this, and they kind of go through what happened with Star Trek, and it's kind of J.J. Abrams' MO, so it makes a lot of sense. He'll come in and he'll be like, "Hey, I want to sell toys under my thing. Well, let's get rid of that, so we don't have to pay you royalties for your old stuff. So let's make all these new characters, or change it up a bit so we can make new stuff and make new merch." And it seems like they do that with a lot of franchises.
Well, I know that that 20th Century Fox owned Star Wars, the original one, because that's how it worked. So that's why. Well, that's not why they bought them, but there was always the thing where Fox would receive money on the original Star Wars. So I don't know how it works with Lucas. I've heard the rumors before quite a few times, actually, and that'd be kind of weird, don't you think, if he was still getting paid like that? I mean, he sold it outright. I would assume that Disney would have had the foresight to be like, you guys need to, or Lucas, or you're going to receive this one-time payment type of thing.
I don't think that that's how a lot of these deals work, because you've got to kind of go back and think about how the toy deal was always. He always had his hands on the toy deal. That was the only thing he really made a lot of money on, or the most money on, way back in the day, from what I remember. Now, this is me remembering something I saw in a documentary 20 years ago, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I really think that they would want to just bring in their new stuff, just in case, just so there's not any like weird red tape. There's not any, and in the event of this, you get this percentage, because these deals take forever to go through. I mean, like the CBS Viacom deal took how many years to go through, because you have all these little things, all these different intellectual properties. One person who comes up with an idea for something will have a different licensing deal or whatever ownership of it than somebody else. So even if you buy something outright, somebody else will still have a piece. It's like royalties. It's like song royalties. Yeah, you can cover a song, but you're still going to have to give a little piece to somebody because of whoever wrote the song, or your music publishing company. So it's a lot of that music business stuff and entertainment business stuff.
All this shows is that Disney does not learn from its mistakes. They did the same horse shit with the X-Men. Because Fox owned the movie rights, they buried the comic for like 10 years. They wrote shitty storylines They put garbage writers on it, and they tried to pump up the Inhumans. We own the Inhumans. Let's do Inhumans. Cared about the Inhumans. It flopped. They wasted all that money, and then they destroyed the X-Men in the process. Now they're doing the same thing. They're saying, hey, we don't make as much money on the old stuff. Let's fucking bury it and push the new stuff. They're repeating the same fucking mistake, and they're killing their audience.
Yeah, the Inhumans parallels a good one, Cecil, because I remember everyone trying to like get on the Inhumans train. What was that? Just 2 or 3 years ago, they had the show release in IMAX for the first episode, and it like flopped in 3 or 4 weeks. It was kind of an embarrassment. And now Marvel's gone back and they've gone to like releasing a bunch of X-Men merchandise because there was a dry period for a while. I don't know if you pay attention to the modern books, but they've tried to go back and bring back like 90s costumes and stuff to basically make people fall in love with the X-Men now that they're going to be making a movie in probably 2025 or something like that. So now Midnight's Edge actually has a point right here. After Dark, they said Lucas will get residuals no matter what, just like creators for Marvel comic characters get credited and paid for it. Do you agree with that, Ethan? Do you think that's how it would work for George Lucas?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I don't necessarily think that that's the case. I think he could have just sold his the whole thing outright, in which case he wouldn't be due royalties. Don't know. I mean, I haven't read his contract, but it wouldn't necessarily follow that he would receive royalties for things.
Because I guess it could be something like there's a difference between what they're paying, to Lucasfilm for owning the rights to it versus what they pay to the creator for having, like, for George Lucas himself as the creator. Maybe he has a different set of rights and different set of ownership, and he can retain the right to some royalties, even though he sold the company itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe they're just that insulting to us. I mean, I can kind of believe it, but at the end of the day, it's like, why would you not? You would sell so much more of the toys and the merch, and people would be happier with your product. You would get higher ticket sales if you were more careful and more considerate to these old characters. So it's kind of just like us, a lot of us trying to make sense of it. Why would they let it fail so miserably?
Yeah, I talked about this in my Galaxy's Edge video today, which is, I mean, you can make that decision, but if you don't want to pay any royalties to anybody, well, then guess what? 90% of nothing is still nothing.
Yep. And we just saw the Disney financial reports come back, and they were talking about consumer products again, which we always cover here on my channel, which I'll be making a video for in a couple days. And again, Star Wars is down. And before anybody says, well, all toy sales are down, Hasbro, the company that does both Star Wars and Marvel, put out a thing maybe a month ago that said they had record sales for Marvel and other acquired brands. So, I mean, Star Wars has made a big mistake, and it's kind of embarrassing. Oh, it's Lucasfilm's choice.
Well, I saw this today. I don't know what this pertains to. This was on Jordan Mason's Twitter, and I can't, because he's blocked me, I can't really tell if he's condemning this information, if he thinks these are just lies and rumors. I can't tell because Jordan blocked me because he's very upset with me for criticizing that fake Captain Marvel charity. Remember that, we're going to bring girls come see Captain Marvel. And I said, this is bullshit. He got very upset with me about that. He's an SJW. But he kind of sent this out, and I don't know what this is. It says, interesting tidbit of information has crossed my desk this weekend. This is a rumor, and yet with the failure of Galaxy's Edge and Disney's trip to the galaxy far, far away being a dismal adventure, this has a tinge of truth. Just take it with a grain of salt. Item 1, Bob Iger recently called an emergency meeting with Kennedy and Lucasfilm. Why? It says. Why would there be an emergency meeting? Item 2, the meeting was a shout fest. People yelling at each other. Really horrible BTW. Really horrible. By the way, I read like Donald Trump. I repeat things. Really horrible. Really horrible. Item 3, Kathleen Kennedy virtually castrated Pablo Hidalgo. Impossible to castrate Pablo Hidalgo.
You can't castrate someone who doesn't have any balls.
Exactly.
In front of everyone. And Kathleen Kennedy said this, paraphrasing, if you didn't have balls, you could do your job. Pablo is running scared of JJ as well and is very paranoid. That's a possibility. Pablo Hidalgo, where did your balls go? That sounds like a song. I'm write
You
that.
should write it.
Yeah.
Yeah, item number 4. Both Favreau and Filoni threatened to leave Lucasfilm and Disney. Why? Kennedy's leadership in Iger. Item 5, execs at Disney do not understand why Kennedy has not been let go yet and are convinced that she has some dirt on Iger. This is ridiculous. This doesn't jibe with the rumor. He tried and failed to replace her last year. Lucasfilm is a cesspool of her supporters, and that is the reason why nobody wanted the job. And then A. There's just an extra A here. It's an extra cipher. Like when you, when you translate the Zodiac Killer's, cryptograms, there are always some letters left over. This is A. So I don't know what this means. I don't know why this fellow would tweet this out unless it was just to complain about how crazy the rumors are. I do find it. The one thing that I believe is that Kathleen Kennedy screamed about Pablo Hidalgo's balls. That is the one part of this that I actually am pretty sure is true. I can picture her screaming about his nutsack. I can imagine there's every reason for her to be, aggravated with his taint. So this is that is possible. The rest of it seems like bullshit.
One thing I will say about Favreau and Filoni threatening to leave, that was something really interesting at the Mandalorian panel that Jon Favreau was talking about in the creation of the show, which he very specifically said that when he was approached to do the show, he didn't bring them any ideas until he had the first 3 episodes completely written, fully written out, final drafts done. Because he said he didn't want to go to the company, to go to Disney and say, here's what I've got for the show, and have them commandeer the idea, bring in other writers, take in a direction that he wasn't comfortable with. So he definitely was very, and you could tell he had a vision that was not necessarily congruent with the rest of the political agenda that Lucasfilm has been forcing on us. But so I could see him getting into a situation where Kathleen Kennedy's trying to wrestle more control away from him in terms of that particular project, which Dave Filoni is also involved with. So I could see maybe they didn't threaten to walk, but I could see them being disgruntled or having some issues.
Yeah, I guess I agree with you.
I say fire them all, and give the whole project to J.J. Abrams' son.
Oh yeah, of course. J.J. Abrams, of course, is out there getting work for his kid. His kid looks a little bit like the chicken from the Foghorn Leghorn cartoons, the Smarty Pants one.
It's so unfortunate.
Well, I'm so sorry, but it is true. I mean it as a compliment. Cecil, do you know that character's name?
I say I do not. Now listen here, Junior. What's his name?
Yeah, he calls him Junior, I think.
I don't think he had a name, did he?
The chicken hawk?
No.
He was a big light bulb headed little baby chicken with gigantic round spectacles and a beanie cap.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
What was his name?
What was his name? He wasn't the chicken hawk. No, the chicken hawk was a little hawk that would beat up.
He was a punk ass. The chicken hawk was a punk ass.
No, the other guy had big glasses. What the hell was his name? Junior. I thought it was Junior. Now listen here, Junior.
That's what he called him.
That might have just been his name.
Egghead, people were saying Egghead Junior.
Yeah.
His name was Ryan.
That's about right.
His name is Egghead Jr. Egbert. No, Egbert. Yeah.
Is it Egbert? Oh, that's cute.
Look at him. He is. If you look up Egbert or Egghead Jr., one of the two, he's a character featured in the animated cartoon Looney Tunes, created by Robert McKimson in the 50s for use in the cartoon of Broken Leghorn.
Based
Egghead
on J.J. Abrams' son.
That is.
Oddly prophetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I liked him. I like this character. You know.
Or is J.J. Abrams just cosplaying as this character, or his son rather cosplaying? See, you never know sometimes, right? Some people like furries; they just cosplay all the time. I don't know.
Look at him.
What if when J.J. Abrams is at home, he speaks in like a thick Southern accent and then yells at him like Foghorn? Now, listen here, son. You want to write Spider-Man? You gotta keep him in New York. There's gotta be buildings for him to swing on.
Yeah, I think. Look at him. Look at this.
Aw.
He just ate the baseball. Did you see that? Oh,
That was special. That's cute.
oh, he is. He's exceptional. Oh, all right. So I like that chicken character. I have no problem with him at all. And I like JJ's son.
Can't wait to see what they did with Spider-Man.
Yeah, whatever JJ wants, that's fine. That makes sense. I see which way the wind's blowing. You know.
Well, he's got that $500 million deal with Warner Media, so it's going to be interesting to see how much pull J.J. Abrams gets in Hollywood after leaving Disney.
Yeah.
Well, he's leaving his people behind everywhere. He's got Michelle Rejwan in charge of Lucasfilm pretty much now, and he's got Alex Kurtzman over at Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
So he is still in charge everywhere because they're all doing what he did, probably. At least it seems like that.
He's got his people out there. He's giving people work. He's got his secretary running Star Wars now. She's going to replace. I'm telling you, she's going to replace KK. It's inevitable. It is inevitable.
Just like Dennis.
So let's talk about poor Loot Crate. I one day, 3 years ago, I saw a commercial for Loot Crate. I think it was on a radio show. It was on Howard Stern or something like that. It said, "Hey, how would you like to get a box of fun science fiction merchandise sent to your house monthly?" And I said, well, I don't, I wouldn't, but maybe my daughter would, maybe my stepdaughter would. So I went ahead and I ordered, I subscribed. I thought it was a good idea to do that. They sent me monthly packages of garbage, the likes of which I can't even, I didn't want any of it. You open it up and you go, what is it? What is this? This is an alien.
Isn't it always like the stuff that you wouldn't buy, like the stuff that they couldn't sell, like all the clearance stuff, right?
This over here. Yeah, it was. It was just promotional items. It was a box of promotional items, of irrelevant things that were just random. I mean, you would kind of go, it's the Last Starfighter bottle opener. No, thank you.
Apparently every now and then there would be cool things. My friend got it for years and years and years, and it just seemed excessive. She would save because you could take the boxes and flip them inside out, and they'd be collectible. So she has those piled up in her house somewhere, and she saved a lot of the stuff from it. And most of it was garbage. It was good for two things, though. Every now and then, you'd get something neat. She got a Star Wars hat that I guess the design was a very limited edition. And it's neat. It's cool. It looks like the Star Wars dress I have. And the other thing it was good for was having a lot of extra junk. So you could give it as gifts around the holidays to friends you didn't like that much.
Well, I don't, my heart is full of love, and there's nobody that I hate so much that I would give them something from a Loot Crate. Now, a lot of people feel the same way that I do, and that's why Loot Crate has filed for bankruptcy. Now, I did 2 videos, where I would open up Loot Crate and scream. I would yell. Cecil?
Yes, you're coming in and out, by the way.
Yeah,
but
for a second.
I remember EVS when you were destroying all those Ticos, people would yell at you and say, give that to the orphans or something. And I don't hate orphans. I will not give that to them.
Why would you give shit to just because people are poor? Why would you give them?
Because it makes you feel better about yourself. I don't know.
It would make me feel horrible about
I know.
So I never did, and I'm profoundly against Loot Crate, and fought. I fought hard. I made 2 videos where I opened Loot Crate boxes and discussed how it was all just crap. And here's why I didn't like it. People say, why? But Ethan, isn't it just fun? No, it's not fun because they don't tell you when it's time to renew. So they renewed me, I think, 3 times. No, at least twice against my will. They don't send you a message that says, hey, we're about to charge your credit card for another year. And then once they charge your credit card, then that's it. Like that was their whole business practice. You'd be like, okay, I can't wait to cancel Loot Crate. And then like once, and then just as you were about to call them, they'd already kind of renewed you. Call them up, they say, no, we renewed you a couple weeks ago. You're getting another year of our shit.
Yeah.
And I would say, no, like that's. So I actually fought them really hard. And how I got, I broke the programming. You know, it's like Scientology. I got out of the Loot Crate cult because what I did was I called up PayPal and I said, you are going to reverse this charge. I do not want to pay Loot Crate again. They're going to send me more garbage. Loot Crate said, well, we're sorry. I said, I'm a YouTuber. Let me show you let me give you a link to one of the videos they made about your company. I said, you're going to get another year's worth of these if you don't unsubscribe me to your stupid, your cult. And they did. They probably unsubscribed me. So
yeah.
I'm grateful to you for that. Hi.
Crates were the same as Bill Cosby's dating practices.
It was very similar. It was very similar.
And take you against your will.
Yeah. So Loot Crate, the self-proclaimed world leader in fan subscription boxes, has filed for bankruptcy following the reports of layoffs at the company. The announcement came via an overnight press release just days after the company reportedly laid off dozens of employees, according to a report from the LA Times, apparently without severance of any kind. That's too bad. I wish they had cut off their heads. This comes after the company had already shuttered a warehouse and laid off almost 150 workers this past May. But none of that stopped Loot Crate CEO Chris Davies from saying, we are very pleased with our progress from an operational efficiency standpoint. Continuing that, the company still faces liquidity issues. Liquidity issues. According to the company's bankruptcy filing, apparently upwards of $30 million in trade debt and almost $6 million in taxes owed, on top of nearly $20 million worth of boxes that its customers have paid for but have not yet received. $20 million worth of garbage that people have not been sent.
So sad.
What do you think of that?
Lucky people.
Yeah. Well, sad for the people who lost their jobs because of it. I mean,
Yeah, that sucks.
I like that you got out of your subscription by saying, do you know who I am?
I've never done that before. I had to do it this time. I was like,
the only times I've ever said, I've said, do you know who I am to people, but I honestly forgot. Boy, that fucking went over.
Daily operations will continue as usual. That was funny. David says, crates will be shipped and all aspects of the business will go on before the Chapter 11 filing, adding that the remaining employees will continue to be paid as usual during this transaction. IGN has reached out for comment on the layoffs and bankruptcy filing, but has not yet received a response at time of publishing. So good. I mean, it's sad in a way, but Loot Crate was a weird company.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Hoth headpiece, like Han Solo.
Give us a profile view of it, please.
Does it look good?
Yes. I want one. Can we get one?
Yeah.
We'll get matching Hoth hats.
Full match.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Fans sent it to me, and I wear it a lot, when nobody's looking.
You cut open tauntauns and reenact scenes from Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm. And you thought I smelled bad on the outside.
So you said your friend signed up for Loot Crate. I did a single order one for James Bond once, and it was kind of cool, but I don't know. They never curated anything I liked. Plus, the T-shirts were always too small for me, so I never really bought into any of that stuff.
Yeah, some of the Japan crates are cool. They'll have like Japanese snacks and stuff, but they're still kind of expensive. You can just get, for what you spend on a month on like any of those crates, you can just get a pack of random stuff from Amazon. That's what I usually do, because like the Loot Crates and stuff, like I don't want a monthly thing. I have crap. I don't need any more.
Yeah, I've never liked the idea of those kinds of things. It's like, if I'm going to spend my money to get stuff, I want to get the stuff that I want. And that's how capitalism works, right? You have this product. I bought it. Now I have this thing, as opposed to I just blindly throw money at you and you give me something.
Well, I think they think so little of geek culture that they'll just buy anything and love everything. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I'm going to stick it on my desk at work because I've heard of it. Therefore, I like it because I'm one of these new geeks or something. And that, I think, might be the people who they designed it for, people who can accumulate a whole bunch of random geeky stuff all at once.
But the problem with that business model is that those type of people are stupid, and stupid people don't always make enough money to buy things like Loot Crate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll do it for like a month, and then they'll do an unboxing video for their 800 subscribers, and then they'll go away to never be heard of again.
I can't afford Loot Crate.
Love you, Cecil.
Cecil is love. You brought up the geek culture thing. Do you think we're at like the end of this? Like, they're wringing out all the money in geek culture, and then they're going to move to something else. It's been what, 10 years maybe? Big Bang Theory. It got real popular. We had the Pops. We have all these things, and now it's all kind of slowly falling apart. Do you think we're at the end of the way they're doing this?
The fake geeks and the how do you call them? What was it your boy Zach say? Like the wine ants who just have it on their desk at work, and they're like, yes, I love this thing. I hope so. We can take the geek culture back for the people who actually like it.
So I think that one of two things could happen, which is that the things that have from geek culture that have been absorbed into the mainstream, this mainstream geekdom, etc., will fizzle out as hopefully new things come to take its place, or the real geeks will just start making our own shit. You know,
we're already doing that.
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier about how, like, you know, one of the nice things about having a YouTube channel is you have a platform, you have an existing audience that already likes what you do. Mm-hmm. You can get them interested in new products. You can demonstrate to potential investors the viability and the marketability of your product, be it entertainment or a comic or a thing, a toy, whatever it is. And we have a greater potential than ever before. I mean, as Ethan and Jeff have both demonstrated with their respective comics, to crowdfund and create independently created media that is not part of the mainstream.
I'm going to leave the chat and come back in because people say some people robo and other people say I sound like an alcoholic. So let me leave and come back.
Well, they're both right.
They could be, two people could be right at the same time. Hold on.
Thank you. To jump off your point, though, I think that is the next evolution. We make our own shit. But when do companies come in and try to stop that? Because they always try to stop our opinions because it costs them money, some money. We know that Disney finances surveys and they do all these things because they're worried about the fans. So when something becomes too popular, so like Ethan S. Cyberfrog was a huge success. What if some company tries to come in and try to put a
I don't think they'll try to stop it. I think they'll try to appropriate it. They'll try to buy it. They'll try to market off it. Or if they can't buy it, they'll try to replicate it and do it not better, but do it bigger with a larger budget and ruin it that way. Mm-hmm. But then we get to be hipsters about it and be like, I like the original better.
I liked it better before it got corporate.
Exactly.
I like it better before you bought it, sanitized it.
It was so edgy before.
What's better now than it was originally? I mean, Battlestar Galactica, the new shit is better than the old stuff. Right?
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot.
Is there anything that's been improved upon?
Cobra Kai was good, but it's more of a continuation.
Yeah. Those movies are good, though. Karate Kid movies are good, except for number 3.
Number 3 was all right.
Well, I like 2,
I like 2.
But 3 had that guy with the ponytail who was a supervillain. He was a super
Terry. What's his name?
Terry. Oh yeah, he was cool though. He was fun though. Like it kind of makes sense in the canon of the whole series. No, that's the 4th one. Yeah.
The next Karate Kid.
That's the only one I haven't seen.
I want to be a cross between Terry and James Spader in Pretty in Pink. Like that's how I see myself, but I don't know if that's who I am or if that's just my self-image,
You're not a Ducky.
I'm not Ducky. Fuck that. Ducky is
I love
Ducky is an SJW. Ducky is stalking piece
Ducky's
of
a,
garbage.
he's a
And
date, yeah, he's a date rapist.
He
He's
would.
the
date
Ducky,
rapist.
hey, hashtag me too, Ducky, you idiot. How many times does she have to say friend zone you before they Baker act your ass? You
Everybody
don't.
knows that no means yes.
What about prom,
I mean, it
Blaine?
was the 80s.
See, that's why I appreciate the integrity of that movie, Pretty in Pink. Ducky didn't get the girl at the end.
You know the actual story for that? They did give him the test marketed. They did the movie where Ducky gets her at the end, and the audience is revolted. They hated it, so they had to reshoot the ending. I saw an interview.
Bitch.
I saw an interview with John Cryer. He's actually a very funny guy, but he was saying he was so happy he was the hero, and then it went to the test audiences, and they all gave him like 100% negative for him, so they reshot it.
Oh, wow.
Because he doesn't deserve her.
Oh, they're saying I'm not
that was-
James Spader. They're saying I'm a cross. I'm not a cross between Grimace and Captain Kangaroo. That's not fair. That's inaccurate.
Well, with his hat is more of a Captain Kangaroo and Han Solo.
It's like
Thank
a Chris.
you.
I feel like Chris Cross. If they had continued their career, they would change from wearing their clothes backwards to wearing two visors, which is what the look you're doing right now. You're wearing two visors, and I feel like
It is. You're right about that.
So you're blocking.
If
you're
they
keeping
had
the
done
sun
that
off your
gimmick,
face. And I guess like based on that angle, you're also keeping sun off of your toes. If you're really, really big, you have like a gigantic beer belly, you're keeping a certain angle of sun off of your belly.
Oh my god, this is the best comment right here. Crap, no, that's not it. Where'd it go? There it is. Mr. Green Jeans. Let's see. While Ethan's away putting on his next piece of clothing, let's see what we got super chat wise. Mongo's Big Thing says, "Hail, High Council and guests. Very glad to see everybody. I'll catch the archive of the stream later." Mongo's Big Thing, thank you very much. We hope you enjoy us in the future, Mike Zero style. Raiders of the Lost Flicks says, "Open invitation to Miami Connection live watch party on my channel next Saturday, the 24th. Do you think next Saturday is the 24th?
Is it really?
That means the following. Oh, never mind. We're not going to talk about that.
Miami Connection is a great movie.
I haven't seen it. The only thing I like with the word Miami is Miami Vice. So.
Oh, it's a B movie. It's terrible. It's horrible, but it's got like a great 80s band with a chick who's like not Pat Benatar singing. I love bad movies. It's great.
I'll check it out one day. I'll get drunk and watch it.
Yeah, it's a Riff Tracks Mystery Science Theater type of movie. It's great.
I love Riff Tracks.
what was that called? I saw that one. They were all like karate school, and then they were just murdering people.
Yeah, and then they had
were
like
a
the rock band.
They were a rock band that did karate, and then they were just like,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're in a slump. What was that called? Miami.
That's Miami Connection. Miami Connection.
Miami. Yeah,
It's great.
movie.
I love it.
Let's see. That was from Raiders of the Lost Flicks. Cynical Centrist says, "Don't cross the streams." I guess that was in regards to our audio issues. So I think this works better, don't you?
Seems fine. Or that might have been when you had the dual streams running.
Yeah, that was terrible. How did I do that?
I don't know. Magic.
I should do like 20 full streams at once to tank.
That sounds like an awful idea.
Norwegian Kryptonian says, "There's a rumor that the new Star Wars movie is 3 hours and 15 minutes long." Jesus. Don't want to sit for another 3-hour Disney movie. They got one 3-hour movie every year. Kneel before Zod.
Star
by the
Wars
way,
should not be a thing.
Are you guys? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut in on you, Jesse. But just when you just said that about Disney movies, they're pumping up that the new Lion King movie is the biggest live action movie. It's not live action. It's fucking animated. It's an animated movie. Why are they calling it live action?
They didn't train real lions and real zebras and real whatever the hell Zazu is.
It's animated. It's an animated. It looks real. Doesn't mean it's real. Thank you.
It's just a newer, less enticing form of animation.
Well,
No, and it was getting ranked in front of the Coles, and now because it made money, everybody thinks it's a great movie.
The ground is live action. Truth.
So to jump off that thing though, we have heard the rumor that that the new Star Wars movie has time travel, just like Avengers Endgame, and now they might make it the same timeline. That'd be garbage. I can't do a 3-hour Star Wars movie. Star Wars, the original one's like 2 hours and 4 minutes, and they're all within
perfect.
Yeah.
Epic action films work so perfectly. The 2-hour length.
A 2-minute Star Wars film.
2 minute Star Wars. I'm sure I can make a 2-minute Star Wars film that would be better than The Last Jedi.
It's just the credits and the credits. I haven't heard that rumor. I hope not. Now, we got D23 coming up next, 10 days from now. So that's going to be interesting to see what the trailer looks like for the movie and all sorts of stuff. So there's going to be a lot of Star Wars content coming from Disney. It'll be interesting to see if people genuinely care or don't care. I think they won't. I think something else is going to capture the attention of people. Like cats.
I think people are going to be curious, but I think at the end of the day, people are going to be like, hey, Jumanji's getting good reviews, or they probably will anyway. Let's go see that instead.
Great.
Yeah, I like the last one.
It was so much fun.
Let's see. Rhino4563 says, what pushed Judy over the edge was when she tried to call him and he forwarded her to voicemail. Cecil, is that in regards to you?
Yes. I did. She was calling to yell at me, and
Is that true?
Yeah, I did. Mistakes were made. Putting on the camera, going in the backyard with a bottle of whiskey and an alien mistakes, then blocking her calls there were a series of unfortunate events.
Bad decisions.
Bad decisions.
Well, there you go, Cecil. That's why you got kicked out, man.
You know what? Every exit is somebody else's ceiling. I don't know. Never mind.
Maybe you should just apologize, Cecil.
Oh no!
Real men don't apologize.
This was not this one incest fight going on for 3 years. So, this is it. This is a culmination. This was, this was the straw that broke the fucking camel's back. So, I got to do what I got. It's so depressing, Dante reviews. It is fucking depressing. It's fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Well, we still love you, Cecil.
Mega Jetty 1 says, hail the High Council. My 300 subs. Thanks for support. Sorry, Cecil. Go ahead, Cecil.
No, what bothers me is she's revoking a lot of the my guest passes to the country. That bothers me. She wants me to get a job. So if I can't go there and fuck around, then she thinks I'll get a job or something. Well, I'm not going to prove her right. I'll tell you that. Thank you.
So Mega Jetty 1 had his 300 stream and it went well. So what did we decide Mega Jetty 1 was? A doc or whatever? What's a Mega Jetty? A doc? Is not
it's a doc, yeah.
That was pretty funny. Congratulations, Mega Jetty 1. What's your next movie stream? One of these times I'll join you for one of them. I can't promise exactly when, but one time. If you ever do Beverly Hills Cop and I'm free, sign me up. Jason Green says, hail the High Council. Stupid YouTube didn't notify me of the stream. Did my gift arrive, Jesse?
Probably. I did get a notification that I have a package in my P.O. box, so I'm going to go pick it up tomorrow, hopefully.
Jason Green is better than Loot Crate.
Yeah, right?
Much
All
better.
of my fans are. Tony Clark is better than Loot Crate. He sends some really cool stuff.
Yeah, we got some good people. Thanks, folks. You're single-handedly putting Loot Crate out of business.
Yeah.
Ray Cornball says, almost 6,000 followers on Twitter at Ray Cornball.
Awesome.
Congratulations. That's close to, that'll be almost, wait, I have 8. You have what, 5 or 6, right?
4 some.
There you go. You got a lot of Twitter followers there, Ray. Cynical Centrist says $2 for Jeff to take his pants off. No.
I mean, it's not like anyone can see.
That's true. They are on, though. Cynical Centrist also says Devil's Advocate peeps out who dislikes, Devil's Advocate peeps who dislike stuff tweet more. You agree with that?
Probably. I feel like the whole misery level. I feel like grumpy people want everyone to know how grumpy they are, whereas happy people just go be happy and don't feel the need to seek validation from strangers on the internet.
So when I was trying to get Ethan's face closer up, but it won't let me. I won't give just an Ethan camera. That's the most
I can
important
go
one.
both if you want.
Well, Ethan eats the camera.
Well, is it possible to get it right up inside of his nasal passage, right?
That's the goal.
This is
This is you're trying.
I'm trying to focus. I'm also trying to keep this little chat popping up on the side of the screen. That's not automated. So if it randomly looks like I'm stopping talking, I'm trying to moderate that and do this and do that. Dr. Coffindale says, Bad Bond 24. Where there's a will, there's a kill. I love these. Dr. Coffindale says, I'm expecting the list to be brought to me at Horror Hound so I can, have all of them. DeBuzz General says, your friends have an echo. Ethan, fix this now.
Apparently this is your problem, Ethan.
Yes, Ethan, that was your problem.
Why didn't you fix it for us?
We're just your friends.
You let us down.
007 Cloud says, wouldn't a Vader chick have no boobs in terms of the Barbie? Yeah, that would have melted off. She'd have no skin, no legs, no arms, no hair.
Yeah.
That's a very inaccurate
that's
Star
not
Wars
sexy.
doll.
We have to have Barbies that represent the empowerment of women while also objectifying them completely and utterly.
So we need like the Halloween costume, like the sexy Vader Barbie next.
Where it's like
just fishnets and
yeah, exactly. The whole thing is just see-through.
Next time. Let's see. Modalicious says, what's a ninja got to do to get some orange chicken? Call?
Go to Panda Express.
Yeah, that's Panda Express. Mark C says, sorry, Cecil. You'll have to give up your bourbon for Milwaukee's best beer. Prioritize the budget.
No. Cecil, if it comes to that, Cecil, I will buy you beer or bourbon.
What is Milwaukee?
Okay,
I don't know what that is.
It's the shittiest beer possible.
What is Milwaukee?
Next to Natty Ice.
Oh, I don't want
Apparently
that.
the most awful beer ever.
I'm drinking a shit beer right now, actually. Hold on.
Oh my God, there's Cecil.
Oh, hey Cecil.
He's at the YMCA, folks.
I'm trying to out close up Ethan. Michelob Ultra, because I'm on a diet.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 96 calories, right?
Yeah, but if you drink like 6 of them really fast, it's good.
Get that buzz on.
Which is what I'm doing.
Is that the mask that you were wearing?
Which is what I'm doing.
And then if you're trying to get in shape.
The trick to Michelob Ultra Lights is to drink them fucking as fast as possible.
That sounds like a ringing endorsement.
Yeah. I'm the spokesperson.
You should make commercials. That's what you can do. It'll be like not really getting a job, but you could do a Michelob Ultra commercial and get a bucket of money.
I can't believe that this scared off the dog walker.
And that looks perfectly normal to me.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
You should just release an album. I'd buy that. Cecil sings the hits.
That it's all spoken word.
Yeah. Well, with a voice like that, I feel like you'd be screwing the audience out of, great thing. So, Mecha Random, you had a topic that you wanted to bring up about a Marvel director, Taika Waititi, correct?
Oh, there's some news. There's some news here. Apparently, Taika Waititi made a movie that Disney is not too happy about.
I'm so stoked for this film. I want to see it.
Yeah, so he made a movie called Jojo Rabbit where he's playing, can we say it? Because I play the wording game on my channel all the time. What words can I not say to avoid the little yellow circle?
I'm Jewish.
Okay.
I'm
all right. Because I have ancestry, but we'll let you if you want to say it.
Historic German soldier.
Actually, we should do like a fill in the blank style, so you can talk about it, and every time you get to a word that you can't say, I'll just fill it in. So you would start by saying,
let's see. Disney executive fears Taika Waititi's
portrayal of Hitler.
Satire. Jojo Rabbit is too edgy for studio image. This
Nazis.
is actually, yeah, this is actually hilarious. I mean, should I screen share it? Do I dare?
Sure.
Because it's got a picture of him in costume. So full warning. This is a movie.
Trigger warning. Nazis.
Trigger warning. This is an anti-hate satire. So that's what's even funnier is this is an anti-hate satire.
Here's the question though: is it satirizing anti-hate, or is it a satire that's overarching message is to be against hate?
I think the message is anti-hate, is like an against hate thing. So yeah, it doesn't. Let's see. Taika Waititi's anti-hate satire doesn't exactly scream Disney.
Well, that might be accurate because didn't Disney hate the Jews? So wouldn't it be more appropriate if it was like a pro-Nazi film? That would be more like Disney branding. I think this looks hilarious. I mean, one of the greatest Nazi parodies was in The Producers. That's like, I mean, this is where we've gone to as a culture, though. We're not allowed to make funnies. I can't words. We're not allowed to make fun of Nazis anymore because it still means talking about Nazis and OMG triggered #safe space.
Well, it's
exactly. And I guess there's somebody. I'm trying to find it. Go ahead.
No. Seesaw, you dead yet?
It's like saying world where they pretend jokes. You live in a world. JWs live in a world where they pretend jokes don't exist. So they'll see him as a Nazi, and then they'll go, "Oh, that's the homage to Hitler," and they'll pretend that it's not. Yeah, and
I can tell you the problem is that
same thing
unfortunately,
with Sarah Silverman today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the other one.
Aren't the only ones that don't understand satire anymore.
No,
nobody does. And I've been doing Social Justice Wednesdays on my channel every Wednesday, new video tomorrow, in which I pretend to be a social justice warrior and talk about something completely ridiculous. And every week I have people who think I'm being serious and people who get really butthurt and triggered over it because they don't understand the concept of satire. Because not only do we have SJWs who issue all forms of humor, but humans as a whole are getting stupider.
Exactly. People don't understand anything. Like right here. This is what made me laugh. Halfway through one recent viewing, one executive grew audibly uncomfortable, worrying aloud that the material would alienate Disney fans. Star Wars, worry about alienating fans, and you're calling us toxic man babies and trolls, and you're worrying about a little movie like this alienating fans.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear yourselves over there, Disney? Do you guys understand what alienating fans means?
Only Disney executives are allowed to alienate fans. Nobody else.
So yeah, that made me laugh. That really made me laugh. So I had to talk about this because
let's go see this movie.
I think we might have to, even though Taika Waititi did troll us and call us all a bunch of whatever-ist for not wanting female Thor, or I'll wreck your mythos in a minute, baby. He's taking lessons from Ryan Johnson on social media about fan interaction, and this movie isn't even out yet. So I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on this. I'm like,
let's illegally stream it.
Yeah.
So we don't give him our money, but then we can still talk about Nazi.
That works. I think that works. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with the wording of this video to keep it in the green. So
Nazi.
It's funny. That's the world we live in, right? You got to play with the wording. You've got to pick and choose how you say it. I had to put like spicy, like how the quartering does, right? He'll be like, this is a spicy thing, and I had to censor myself anytime, can't say that word, can't say that word.
I don't censor myself. That's why I have a lot of demonetized videos.
Oh
on my channel.
Sometimes if I'm in the right mood, I'll just be like, I'm gonna call the Mary Sue Riders a C word because they deserve it. But sometimes I want to eat the next month or pay for expensive things that I buy. So so sometimes I like to play the little games. But no, this is just hilarious to me that somebody who's that. I mean, pretty much a lot of these directors from Hollywood are like, no, we're going woke. We're going woke because you want this, because you're all ist, because you hate because you're just horrible fans. And now they're worrying about alienating viewers with this. Like, okay, you hired him.
Yeah, I didn't hear about this until you brought it up to me right now, but I don't think it's going to affect anything. Disney execs are freaking out over nothing.
Yeah. And the company, like, this is an Oscar bait sort of movie too. Like, this is on the award circuits. This is in the Fox Searchlight sort of. These are the Oscar movies. These are the Golden Globe nominees. These are the movies that come out in like October at the start of award season. So I think it's going to be, if they have any problem with it, it's just going to be for marketing to get more of a box office dollar out of it at this point.
Can you guys hear me better now? Because everybody was saying I was robo, so I just restarted the modem. How do I sound?
Yes.
I'm better?
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying before that they're doing satire. They're making fun of Nazis, but the fact that they're putting Nazis in it means people will purposely misconstrue that it's praising Nazis. It's just like Blazing Saddles was making fun of racism, but it could never be done today because people would pretend that they didn't get the joke, basically. And that's what Diversity in Comics Zach says all the time. They purposely pretend not to get the joke just so they can cancel someone. And it just happened to Sarah Silverman because she lost a movie job today because she did an episode in blackface, but really that episode was making fun of racism. But she kind of reaped what she sowed because she has called out other comics, and she was a big part of the cancel culture, and it kind of bit her in the ass today. So
I was going to say, to be fair, Sarah Silverman should have just tried being funny instead.
Yeah, she really was a big letdown for me. I really liked her when she first started out, and then she just went full SJW. She was calling out other comics. I went and saw her at a club in Manhattan. It was really small. It was like a living room, and she told the most racist jokes you ever heard. The place, there was like 4 people laughing. I was one of them, and the rest of the place was like hissing and booing. And she just kept going on and just making it worse and worse. And I thought it was the funniest thing. And then to hear her just like shit on other comics to be like, "Oh, that was politically incorrect." It's like, bitch, I heard you when you started out. You were just like the nastiest comic going, and well, not started out, but it was a while ago. But for her to call out anybody was bullshit. And now all of a sudden she just lost a movie gig because she did an episode in blackface. Meanwhile, that episode was anti-racist, but people will purposely misconstrue it to fuck you, and now she's getting it.
Well, remember, Jimmy Kimmel used to do blackface as Oprah on The Man Show all those years ago, and now he's trying to be like the moral center of like Hollywood. I think that guy's full of shit. So all these people are really full of shit.
Yeah. They all kind of join their little clique. It's like you have to bash what other people bash so you can fit in with your little clique, and they do that in Hollywood, and that's big money for them because that's millions and millions of dollars. So of course they're gonna just gang up on everybody. That's why they're all crazy, I think.
Yeah.
And he dressed as Karl Malone, so
yeah, they live in fear of being. That's what comedy is dead these days because everybody's afraid. Everybody is fucking afraid unless you're already like established as, like I see like Anthony Jeselnik and with Ricky Gervais and a few, but if somebody tries to do that as a nobody now, they'll just be booed out. You can't do it. It's dead. Like there's no edge. Everybody does comedy with fear, and if you put fear into comedy, it's dead.
Yeah, you should hear some of the stuff that like after a podcast or something on the After Dark streams, we'll be just kind of going off on stuff and we're like, oh yeah, we can't quote this anymore, we can't say that anymore, because we'll be like quoting Cheech and Chong stuff and like, oh yeah, you can't do that. There's a lot of stuff they do that they'll do on the show over there that I can't even repeat sometimes because I'm like, this somebody might be offended by this, like they've renamed all of the X-Men as sort of Cheech and Chong inspired characters, so it's the X-Men, and like we're gonna get in trouble for it because somebody's gonna be offended, but it's actually kind of awesome.
I'm gonna start a new live stream. We're gonna do the offensive comedy hour and just be inappropriate.
Be offensive. Do comedy as offensive as possible.
Cecil, you want to come?
Well, I saw Blazing Saddles at Alamo Ale House a couple years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was in Yonkers, and it was very mixed. It was probably 50% black, the audience, and it was weird for me to see that movie. The place was roaring, like they were like the crowd was laughing their ass off. Like nobody's offended. The only people that get offended are some like white lady behind a computer fucking offended for everyone else. No one was offended. The whole and this was about 2015 or 2014 that I saw it. And like I said, I've only seen that movie at home. And when I saw that it was one night only in a theater, I went, and like it was a very mixed, race crowd, and everybody got the joke. No one was offended. Everybody was laughing. And I think that really the only people who get offended now are just like 40-year-old white women.
What about people who have their pools defecated in? Are they allowed to be offended?
Who'd that happen to?
It happens. It's happening all over the place. It's an epidemic in the United States of America and Australia. Now, I've been talking about this. I've been using the High Council to talk about these stories now for the past month. And we'll do it again. I want to give everyone an update. Some people still have not figured out what the people of smaller countries are now learning. In Nigeria, my message is simple: use the toilet. Tackling open defecation in Nigeria. So this is something that some people in other countries, you would call them third world countries, perhaps, have already figured out. Practicing good hygiene. Do not poop in people's swimming pools. Don't do it. Also, if you live in Detroit, in Denver, I don't care where you live. If you live in Denver, however, do not jog, stop, poop on your neighbor's lawn, and keep going, because they might have set up a camera. So this is pretty important. My message to our people is simple: use your toilets and make sure you wash your hands afterwards, said 36-year-old Ibrahim, who belongs to a committee working to create awareness around good sanitation and to encourage residents to use and build better latrines. Every year, more than 70,000 children under 5 die in Nigeria from diarrhea as a result of unsafe water. Jeff, do you understand what's going on here?
I do.
Okay. This is why people cannot be pooping in swimming pools. It's as simple as that. Now, don't take the thing about America that pisses me off is so many of these people who are literally shitting in swimming pools in public facilities. They take their toilets for granted. Other people do not. Other people don't have the advantages that Americans have. Having a toilet changed my life. So this is India. India's crackdown on public defecation has paid off. Other countries, we're sitting there arguing about gun control right now. Oh, well, Australia took all the guns away, and now, okay, fine. You know what? India is finally cracking down on public defecation. Could we do that in this country? First things first. Multi-billion-dollar campaign combines raising awareness, providing subsidies for making latrines, and communal naming and shaming of those still relieving themselves in the open. So they're actually going to utilize cancel culture to name and shame, Cecil, those people who are pooping in public. Cecil, this one guy, he shit while he was going down a water slide into a swimming pool.
Ew.
I noticed that before you were a pool owner, you didn't really poo-pooed these stories.
Yeah.
So now I noticed that you're on the track. You have your finger on the pulse of the pool owners.
Yes.
America and of the world, really. And I like this change. I like that you're becoming more politically conscious about shitting in pools. And I like that you're taking a stand.
I'm an advocate. All right, I'm an activist.
Do you have someone's going to come poop in your pool?
These are things that are happening all over the world, except in some countries that are actually taking measures to stop it. Having a toilet has changed my life. I can sleep a bit more. Earlier, I had to rush out at 4 a.m. This is when I want Americans to really realize how good you have it. This is a 34-year-old mother of 3. I would always look for an excuse to go to the hospital, as I loved using a proper toilet with the door water and lights. Think about that. Like coming up with an excuse to go to the hospital so that you could poop.
It really makes you think. So, to me, one of the greatest pleasures is at least once a year I get to shit outdoors. And it's just so funny to see somebody. It makes you think,
Honestly, I would like to share a very personal story, but I am so conscious about pooping in public and saving the world from poopage that when I was on a mountain earlier this year, I pooped in a bag. so that I wouldn't just leave it in the woods for the next person.
That is horrendous.
You threw the bag away, Ethan.
Look at,
Well, she didn't like save it and put it in her cabinet or something.
Do that, Jesse. That's going overboard. I can, because I am a heavy set, hairy man. As a bear, I can shit in the woods.
Yeah. Well, that's good for you, but.
So I wonder what would happen if, like.
God damn it, Cecil. Anyway, sorry, Becca. Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, like, what would happen if, like, you have a swimming pool and then somebody does shit in there? Like, you wouldn't be able to use that ever again, because, like, even you could clean it, but you would still know, right? You'd have to like tear your pool out and
yeah. Great.
Is this phenomenon? Like, is this like the new fad? It's like
it is. It's a real problem in the United States. It's a problem in the Western world. UNICEF, one of the many global organizations that has been supporting the India mission, has embarked on mass awareness campaign of the remotest corners to insist, quote, this is their slogan, poo must go in the loo. As you can see here, we got a picture of a monkey who also agrees. Stop flinging your poop. Like the monkey is telling people. You understand?
He doesn't like it either.
No, well, that's the thing.
What is that? Wait, what is that line drawn with? It looks like smeared feces with blood at the end of it.
I honestly think that, you know, it's cultural appropriation if you're just flinging your poo in public and you're not a monkey. Obviously, this monkey is concerned about having his culture taken away from him.
Why is the lettering so well, but the line just what is the blood at the end of the line?
I don't know.
Why is the monkey?
But I want you to look at the look on the monkey's face. The monkey has a look of concern, sadness, and kind of indignation.
Because he's trying to tell Indian people to shit inside. And he's flabbergasted.
He looks ashamed. He's like, you people call me?
Are you crazy? You know what I would pay for a toilet?
Yeah. Give the monkey
I want to tickle his underarms. I don't know why.
I want to give him a hug. He's so sweet. Poor thing.
I love monkeys.
I do too. They're so cute.
Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. I didn't want to, sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's our important updates.
It's the poo report each week here on the high. Ow! The damn cat's biting my ear.
Mal loves Jeff so much.
Yeah. Ow.
He's obsessed with him.
It's a funny way to show love, Mal.
You like it when I nibble your ear?
Yeah, well, it's different. Cynical Centrist says, let them fight. A fencer versus a wrestler. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Right, we're fighting, apparently.
Jonathan Hurst says, not to brag, but I called it. I sent the super chat telling Jesse to kiss Jeff and to hang out in Chicago.
Oh, that was you.
Coming the first time they drank.
Aw, that was our first kiss.
There you go. Thank you, Jonathan Hurst. My favorite local listener.
There you go.
One of. There's a couple. You guys are awesome. This is the dude that sent me the Indiana Jones letter. Remember we were talking about that the other day?
Oh, cool.
For a moment, he felt really good, and then you hedged it and said one of.
Well, there's a couple. I can't leave out a couple of these people.
Can't play favorites.
I mean, you're my favorite Cecil.
Thank you.
You're mine too.
Yeah. Everybody loves Cecil. A Wanderer says, every fight between Jesse and Jeff will be a reenactment of the fight between Wesley and Fezzik from The Princess Bride.
Well, I don't know. That sounds like I win. So, also, there's a picture from Star Wars Celebration. You're right. You're being assaulted by the kitten. There's a picture from Star Wars Celebration that looks oddly like a reenactment of that. You know the picture I'm referring to.
I think so.
The
Did you guys talk about the you know how they do the live action shows at Star Wars? What is it called at Disney? The
Galaxy's Edge.
At Galaxy Edge, and that people just hate the live action shows with Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
You guys talked about that already?
No, not yet. What's up?
There was just articles about it that it's like really depressing, and I'm like, why the fuck are they not getting, Darth Vader out? I'm sorry for cursing. Darth Vader and Luke, and get the whole crew out there. Is it solely because they don't want to pay Lucas a royalty? Is that why they're disappointing their crowds?
I think it's to just try to build a brand like they want the next generation of kids to feel about the old Star Wars or the new Star Wars the way we feel about the old one. I mean, we're all adults still talking about this shit like it's still the most important movie ever made because it is.
That's because it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Still buying merchandise, still wearing shirts, hats, all kinds of shit. Disney wants that. I feel like they bought it. Well, obviously they bought it because they want to make money, but they wanted to make money forever because George Lucas made money for 40 years almost on Star Wars consistently.
Yeah, but they're not putting the work in, though. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Disney step 1, make a good movie. You already fucked that up. You have to start with a good product. Step 1, make something that's not shitty.
It's not even that. I mean, they already, what they did was inexcusable. They had the chance, getting serious, they had the chance to get Luke, Han, and Leia together, and they fucked it up. And they can't fix that. That's unfixable. That is an unforced error.
Oh, yeah.
Showing such stupidity that historically will be condemned. Yeah. I mean, you can't fix that. Disney already blew it.
I'm with you on that 100%. That was such a dumb decision. That was unfathomably stupid. Everybody wanted that. Literally everybody wanted that. And I get this obsession Hollywood has with subversion, but there's actually nothing wrong with giving literally everybody in the world what they want.
No. Yeah, I know. They couldn't have known that Carrie Fisher would die, obviously, but they did know Harrison Ford wasn't coming back. Yep. So
what if they do? Harrison Ford fell off the bridge after his kid stabbed him. What if he lived, and what if he shows up in this movie because Lando saved him, just like they saved Luke when he fell off?
Well, I thought that too, but Harrison Ford said, "Never again. I don't want to play Han Solo ever again." He hates the role. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
It's not as cool as Indiana Jones, but it's a damn good.
So they'll get that kid, Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Put him in age makeup.
No, he doesn't have the charisma.
He does not.
No.
Also Han Solo blew up on the Starkiller base.
When is Solo 2 coming out?
Never.
I don't think it's going to.
What? I'm so glad.
Now, we'll see what happens with 9. Luke Skywalker will come back from the dead. I'm putting $1 out there.
No, Force Ghost.
I think he's going to be more powerful than a Force Ghost. I think they're going to do a little callback to the strike me down and I'll be more powerful thing. And I think they're going to make him more of a Force Ghost than like something that can manipulate the Force.
Maybe that might be interesting. Though, I mean, based on what Mark Hamill said, he doesn't have much of a role in this movie. Like based on his own words.
Yeah, that's true.
Bitter grumping.
I think you're going to see young Luke Skywalker, though. I think they're going to do those Force flashes, and they're going to use de-aging technology on Mark Hamill, and you're going to see some deleted scenes from Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi as Rey and Kylo Ren fight, because Mark Hamill took pictures of himself with a shaved beard. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like, why would he do that? Well, because they de-aged him, I think.
That would probably just be offensive.
They're doing it. I promise you. J.J. Abrams is like he's all about telling flashback stories.
I don't want this. Which does
who should play? Who should play young Luke?
Who?
Alden Ehrenreich. Guy could do anything.
Honestly,
though,
he was basically young Luke in Solo. So yeah, I could see that.
They totally miscast him. Didn't they interview 100,000 people for the job? And he was the first one they actually interviewed, and then they went back to him because Kathy liked him.
Well, she has no taste in men, clearly.
I want to see the Khaleesi fight Darth Maul with spider legs. Is that too much to ask, Star Wars? Make it happen. Make it happen.
No, I think Ethan might be onto something with the old footage, because they did use some old footage in Rogue One.
Oh, with the pilot Rogue.
No, I'm not saying old footage. They're gonna. I'm sorry, Jeff. They're gonna recreate stuff They keep talking about how Darth Vader is in Episode 9, and people are like, well, what does that mean? Does that mean Kylo Ren's going to become Darth Vader? I don't think so. I think Darth Vader is going to be in the movie because as Kylo Ren and Rey are fighting and they're doing the Force Flash thing, which can travel through time, they're just fighting, and then behind them, images of whatever are going to appear. You're going to see Luke Skywalker fighting Darth Vader. It's going to be brand new footage. This is what I think. Talking to Darth Vader, fighting him, whatever it's going to be, with Mark Hamill de-aged, just like they did with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci in this new Netflix movie that's coming out about Jimmy Hoffa. They're going to be, that technology is all the rage right now. The fact that everybody's talking about it makes me think that, Lucasfilm got there and they're going to do it too. And just putting together the clues from what we've seen, Mark Hamill in that stupid tweet where he was shaving his beard off and then giving us a little winky face. I think that's why he was doing it. So Darth Vader is in the movie, but like in a weirdo Force flashback, I guess.
Let me ask you this, guys, because we're always negative and we're talking about what they did wrong. What could they do in this movie to turn it around for you? And you say, if they did this, I would love it. Like if they did this, all would be forgiven. This is what I mean.
Here's where to start. The movie starts out with right where Last Jedi left off, and there's no way they're going to do this. And you see Luke Skywalker's robe fall and hit the ground. Okay, and the reason why
his cock is out.
No,
it's porn.
But here's what you
getting at is if Episode 9 is porn, Ethan will forgive him.
Yeah, if it's
I thought
porn,
it was,
that's fine. But no, and then you cut. I won't. All right, you cut to a shot of Luke Skywalker on a boat. He just left. He didn't die. He didn't ascend. He threw his robe off at the last part of Star Wars: The Last Jedi in order to just say, "Fuck it, I'm going to go fight the First Order. This is a serious thing." And he's on a boat. He's headed off the island. He's going to go do what needs to be done. That is step one. Luke Skywalker did not die in The Last Jedi the way that it appears that he did. He was a bum. He changed his mind. He's going to fight now. If that's what we do, that's the first step.
I have a question about that.
Yes.
When he's on the boat, can we be playing Lonely Island's I'm on a Boat? It'd
be amazing.
Yes.
If they do that, then all is forgiven.
Yeah.
If the entire soundtrack to Episode 9 is just Lonely Island.
There's nothing to do. You can't. Han Solo being dead sucks. It's like you can't fix it. You just can't fix it.
If Kylo Ren sings "Jizz in My Pants,"
you need time travel to fix it. And I think, does Disney own Terminator now?
No,
it's its own thing, but it's
Universal, I think.
Universal. They have Terminator at Universal Studios.
Could you imagine if they go back and they start it over and it's Rey, like handing him the lightsaber, and all of a sudden, like there's a flash of light, and then Arnold shows up naked, and he stops him from throwing it. He stops him from throwing it over his shoulder, and he's like, "Don't do it. Come with me if you want to kill the Sith," and there's something like that, and then I'm on board. And if RoboCop can somehow be written into this, there are ways they could save it.
For me, they just need to add like Ewoks and Porgs and have Yoda come back and just kill Kylo and Rey, everybody. And of course, you need some like Sith Ewoks, and you need some, I don't know, maybe gender swap Jar Jar Binks just to appease the SJW people. And yeah, Porgs.
They get Jar Jar.
I'm with you. Mech is right. They need Ewok porn.
Ewok need to be in this. I want to see. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian. I really do want to see Rod of the Hutt, but I don't really care. I hate to say it. It doesn't feel good, man. This movie does not feel good at all. There's nothing to look forward to. The one cool thing, I really like the Death Star being blown apart. I like that. I like the Emperor being in it, perhaps. But
here's what would save it for me. The Emperor is alive, and he's corrupted the Ewoks, and they're all like doing his bidding, and now they look like really fucking evil. But I always thought they looked evil anyway. But they're really evil now. They're like, they've taken on like Sith characteristics, and then at some point, Finn gets a flamethrower and is just going to town on fucking Ewok, just burning them, and I would be like, I'm on board now. I'm invested. I like Finn. Ewoks are being burned alive. You know, let's get part 4. That's what I'm
Should
asking.
we have an interspecies relationship between an Ewok and a Porg?
Yes.
How would
Absolutely.
you call that? An Eorg? Or
I don't know, but it would be adorable, and I would buy them all. Porg walk.
I think the best option for episode 9 is if Rey turns to the dark side, marries Kylo Ren, and then he just domesticates her. Like the whole movie is just her like making him sandwiches and doing her work. A woman should know her place, obviously.
I want to see a Sith Porg. Somebody has to draw that for me, or a Sith Ewok would look
Yes.
really
If only there was an artist here.
Yeah.
I'll draw.
Someone
it
has
for
to
you.
draw that.
My immense drawing skills.
I have an original at my house.
That's right. And Ethan hopefully still has the other. My original.
Most definitely.
Can you believe it's 4 months away and we don't care? Like 4 months away from the last Star Wars movie in the Skywalker saga. Why should we why? What is going on with the world? We should be excited. We should be like, oh my God, Star Wars. This is the
We were
last
being
one.
Tortured by Captain Marvel 4 months from when it was released.
Yeah.
Why are we being tortured by Star Wars?
They've just killed it for us, I think. Yeah, 4 months and no trailers, too. Yeah, we had the little teaser with Rey jumping the TIE fighter.
Maybe.
Or the X-Wing or whatever it was. I don't
Maybe
even remember.
they can't sustain the hype. So they figure if they release the trailers, they keep you in the dark to build the mystery, let the rumor mill churn, and then start teasing you just a few months out. They can actually sustain the hype long enough to make a buck off of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought.
Well, they're only going to push for that opening weekend, too. They're going to do everything that they can, like Captain Marvel, where they're going to push, here's the worldwide total, and here we're opening it on this weekend, and now we have 5 days for the whole weekend total this time. And that's exactly what they're going to do. I just don't, I'm not excited. I mean, I'm not waiting for tickets. I'm not going to jump on it. I'm
curious to see.
The world is ready for a Cyberfrog movie. Something new.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I didn't see Captain Marvel. I still haven't seen it. I didn't even see the new Spider-Man, and I heard it was okay, but I just don't give a shit anymore. And I could care less about the new Star Wars.
To answer your question, Cecil, if Rey turns to the dark side and dies, I'd be cool with that.
That would be
She turns. Why does she have to die? If she finally get interesting. Don't kill her.
Look, no matter what happens with this movie, it could be the greatest movie ever made. It's still a broken Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, you can argue that Return of the Jedi is a lesser film than Empire and A New Hope, but it's still a really great movie. It's solid. It works. It looks great. It concludes the story of Luke Skywalker properly. What's the story of this trilogy? It's like the first one was a complete character arc for Rey. And the next one was inconsequential, boring, and stupid.
Rey had a character arc in The Force Awakens.
She goes from powerful to more powerful.
Oh,
that's it.
And boring.
Rhaegar Targaryen wants me to ask you about the new Spider-Man, Jeff.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Rhaegar Targaryen says, Cecil, please ask Jeff about the new Spider-Man.
It was fun. Jesse and I did a review back in Columbus, and it's better for me at least than Homecoming, and the post-credit sequence is amazing. Like, we can talk about that off air if you want. I don't want to spoil it for like the one person that hasn't seen it, but I literally cheered in the movie theater because of it.
Cheers.
So, I did see Into the Spider-Verse, and I thought it was great. So,
yeah, I like Spider-Verse. It was cool.
Let's see.
I'm a guy who has been collecting comic books. I have 20,000 comic books at least, and the fact that I missed a Spider-Man movie just means. Like, I can't even believe I didn't go, and I don't care.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole pop culture. It's for Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, everything. We don't care anymore because the studios and the companies and the articles have just been crapping on us for the past few years. It's like, okay, well, we got the message. We'll go and give our money to something else. We'll find something new to geek out over, and it's crushing and it's a loss, but. I think we're done. I think a lot of us are moving out of the stage of anger, and now we're kind of into the little bit of acceptance, maybe, or at least that's kind of where I am. Like, okay, Star Wars is dead.
Yeah, it's the stages of loss. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Stages of grief.
I think it goes down to like, if you don't care, why should I care?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
You're not going to put effort into the product. Why should I put effort into consuming it?
Why the fuck? I'm sorry for cursing. Why would they make that Star Wars Escape? What is it called? Why can't I remember what the hell it's called?
Like Galaxy's Edge thing.
Galaxy's
Yeah.
Edge. Why would they make that without like a recreation of the cantina and like that? Would
Right?
just have.
Well, it
So,
it
like,
does have the cantina, and
why would
honestly,
they not do that?
the interior of the cantina is laid out kind of like the original one. But like, why is there a fucking DJ? Why don't you have the fucking cantina band? Why don't you
Well,
have aliens in here? Like
they
the
could
ones
do
we
it.
recognize from that iconic scene from the original.
They could do it. They could put them there. They had them at FAO Schwartz in Las Vegas for years and years. They had the little cantina band, you know, and they would play that one song over and over again on repeat.
I would sit there for it.
It was
They
great.
could,
Adorable.
they
I
could
love-
use the robotics from some of the presidents that aren't so popular and just
There you go.
Take
Like,
that, Fillmore.
yeah.
Let's see. Wanderer said, no, sorry. Commander Pluto said, this would be a neat little comic, a rabbit picking on a bear. I guess we're going to fight on camera. We'll do that for when the Rise of Skywalker comes out, we'll do a live stream where we fight instead.
Sounds good.
I always thought
It'll be more.
I always thought we would
Oh,
fight
yeah.
like Gorn and Captain Kirk and that music would play. But the whole time. Let's make that happen.
Okay.
That's an old joke, by the way. There's a bear and a rabbit walking through the woods, and then the bear says to the rabbit, "Don't you hate it when the shit sticks to your fur?" And the rabbit says, "Shit doesn't stick to my fur." And then the bear picks him up and wipes his ass with them.
Yeah, I know that one. Jeff,
You know that joke?
You're safe.
Thank you. So Cecil, you're the self-proclaimed bear. So I'm never going to the woods with you.
Oh, I don't have to go to the woods to shit. I'll shit on your lawn.
It's you. It was you the whole time.
If there's I just need a shrub.
I think there's some shrubs. I mean, it's not
I'm
my
not-
lawn per se. I rent, so.
I don't need a whole woods. I'm not a fancy guy.
Mark C says, Mecha Random was not correct about the term midget. She got the answer from Plank. Plank knows all.
Oh yes, Plank. All hail Plank. My Mikey Spock in action figure. This is Michael Burnham. Since there's no merch for Star Trek Discovery, Alarvina sent this, so thank you so much. And that's the joke, is that all hail Plank. We've been going back and forth on Twitter, Mark C and I, about all hail the mighty Plank. Plank is God.
Anthony Scott says, I'm not going to Salt Lake City. By the Dwarves is one of the best songs of all time. So check out.
Sorry.
Ow, and now the cat is scratching.
Kitty.
I'll check it out.
Not going to Salt Lake City always sounds like a great idea. So
Is it that bad?
it's not the worst I've ever been to. It's not as bad as Cleveland.
The best Doors song is Soft Parade, by the way.
Well, which version? The live PBS version with the organ instead of the harpsichord?
Touch Me is better. Touch Me is a better Doors.
The album version of
Okay.
the album version of Soft Parade is the best Doors.
I like them both.
Touch
I like
Me is
it.
good.
Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pop says, it's never too early to celebrate Halloween. I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Martyr Media says, guy trying to be funny at the bar asked for, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say ripe fruit and vodka, and the bartender got pissed. So he asked for a non-consensual sex on the beach. It must have sounded good to some lady because she screamed #me too.
That's terrible.
That's a legit joke. I'll give you that.
I kind of like it though.
Yeah.
It's funny.
TLJ Screwjob says, also no, 1 through 6 on Disney Plus until 2020. Something, right? Yeah, well, because remember, was it TNT has the rights to the original Star Wars films, and Kathleen Kennedy made that agreement. So I don't know if Disney Plus is a by the pants of their seat thing or seat of their pants thing. This cat's throwing me off big time. You guys heard that, right?
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
But he made the deal with TNT to
Yeah.
right.
So that so I basically look at it like this: since they made the deal with TNT, Disney Plus isn't as well thought out as they like us to think it is.
No, I don't think it is. I think they're just trying to fill it right now by putting anything they can on there.
It's going to be interesting because you saw how it's packaged with Hulu, right? ESPN. I think
So
it's going to get a lot of people, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to get enough people.
well, it's kind of like the CBS All Access numbers. You know, they always lump them in with Showtime, so you can never find a real figure. So I think they're going to be doing some shady stuff again.
Well, we'll find out. I mean, that launches in what, November? It'll be funny if The Mandalorian gets more hype and buzz than Star Wars Episode 9.
I think it will, and I also think it's going to be a better product.
I'm more that I'm actually interested in.
Me too. I'm really
I don't care about the movie. Also, I'm interested because I just figured out that Clint Howard was in Solo.
Oh.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah, actually, I hung out with him for like 4 hours in Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I saw that.
He was cool. He's cool.
Is he as good looking in real life?
Yeah, I mean he's older. He's older now, but he's awesome. He just will talk your ear off. He has so many awesome stories and anecdotes, and yeah, I don't know how much I can repeat. So, but yes, he was in Solo, and apparently, I mean, I guess I don't think it's not news that he wasn't in the original version of it. He was once Ron Howard came on, but it was Kathy who wanted him.
He was my favorite Howard brother.
Oh, he's awesome. He's amazing.
Who would you rather hang out with, him or Richie Cunningham? Be honest.
Clint. I mean, Eagle Bauer, of course. He was Eagle Bauer on Rock and Roll High School, so of course.
Joey R75 says, it's nice seeing Jeff's face when he pontificates. Jesse's done good, no homo.
I win.
There you go.
Oh, wait, Mac, a good call on Rock and Roll High School. I forgot he was in that Ramones movie. You're right. Holy shit.
Wasn't PJ Souls in that movie?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah. And he was Baylock, more importantly.
On Star Trek, yeah.
Do you remember the MTV movie?
Where'd you go? No one could hear you.
The headphone went out. Your volume. Their volume died.
What happened?
My volume died?
Yes, yes.
There we go. We got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was asking this. Do you guys remember how MTV at the movie awards they give out a lifetime achievement? They give it like Jason Voorhees or Chewbacca as a joke. One year they gave it to Clint Howard and he took it seriously, and they stopped giving out the award because he was so touched that he won an award. So I was thinking Clint Howard in the MTV award.
Oh,
he deserves it. He deserves it because he's awesome. You know, he doesn't charge for his autograph, but he charges for the pictures and he'll sign the autographs for free. Tom had actually he was more excited to meet him than anybody at Star Trek Las Vegas, and he had missed his photo op, but Clint was nice enough to come back the next day and take a picture, and then him and Rob started chatting about Rob's Cheap Trick t-shirt, and then they just hit it off, and then next thing you know, we're having lunch with him and hanging out with him, so it's great.
nice.
I feel like we missed out on an opportunity to hang out with Clint Howard.
Did anybody watch the Comedy Central roast of William Shatner?
Yes.
No.
And Clint Howard came back as Baylock. And
That was cool.
Awesome. That was really cool. But my favorite joke of the whole night is because William Shatner came into the I think it was at Radio City, and he came riding in on a horse. You know, he's a big horseback rider. So he came riding up to the stage on a horse. And then the first roaster was George Takei. And he goes, I've always wanted to say this to you, Bill. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Oh, I remember that. That was great.
That's awesome.
It was perfect. My other favorite joke of that night was Jeffrey Ross. When he's looking at Bill Shatner, and he's like, you used to be a handsome, sexy action star, and now you're just a fat, bloated mess. What happened to you? And then he looks into the audience at Carrie Fisher and goes, what happened to you? It was the meanest. It was the fucking meanest thing. The whole place booed him, but it was fucking
That took my breath away when that happened. I remember seeing that and being like, what? Crazy.
So bad.
They had to redo the
meanest joke.
Yeah, we got to meet Shatner. This is like the other picture. I think Rob has the better one, and he has the signed one, but this is the other one. We fight over who gets custody of the Shatner post picture. Flop after.
Shatner was on Twitter getting pissed at people that were saying, hey, just give an autograph. And he's just like, there's a time and a place, and that place is conventions. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I hear them like everybody. Like, I mean, it's why I wear a mask. I don't want to turn into the next Bill Shatner. I don't need that.
Well, TLJ Screwjob says put JJ Jr. and Egbert side by side as a meme now. All right, we'll probably do this on Twitter. Spike and Madness has found this in my couch. Please put this towards hashtag Save Cecil Fun. Take care, killer.
Save Cecil.
Hashtag Save Cecil. There we go. Bazinski
I'll
says,
be fine. I just have to move to a less expensive area of the world.
Oh.
I could thrive in a place like Cambodia. Where was that place where people were dying of dysentery? Anywhere there's a high dysentery death rate, I think I could do well.
San Francisco?
San Francisco.
I mean, they do poop in the streets, so I don't know. It's got to come with something.
Man,
Queen Bee is in the chat. I want to say Queen Bee was in my neighborhood. She wanted to say hello. I can't believe who your father-in-law is. That's cool. All right, so that's just between me and her. Her father-in-law's like you ever hear the song Sleepwalk? From the 1950s. You have heard it. It's an instrumental. I don't want to ruin Jeff's thing, but look up Sleepwalk on YouTube and just listen to it's an instrumental with a slide guitar. And it's like, she's like, yeah, that's my father-in-law. And I was like, so I think she sent me an autographed DVD.
I think I might know what you're talking about now because you said the slide guitar part.
Yeah. I tried to sing it to my wife and she was like, you just sound like you're making horror music with your mouth. So I couldn't get it right. Santo and Johnny, that's right. Sorry, Queen Bee. But that's pretty impressive to me.
Wait, yeah, I just listened to it. I know that song. They use that in Twin Peaks.
Yeah. In Twin Peaks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, that's from Twin Peaks. Yeah. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong.
How cool is that to have that in your family? That's really, really neat.
Well, she married into it.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, it's cool. Sleepwalkers. Sorry.
Sleepwalkers, what it's called?
She says Sleepwalkers, the movie Sleepwalkers. Mark Hamill has a cameo in it, and it's in that. It's also in La Bamba. It's at the end of La Bamba. But that's
it's not in Twin Peaks?
I don't think so.
God, it has such a vibe.
Yeah, Twin Peaks is really like all original music written for Twin Peaks, so
when I hear that song, I have such a vibe for Twin Peaks.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like that kind of music. But yeah, everybody's excited about Queen Bee now. That song's in so many movies. Everybody knows it. Santo and Johnny. Felix Lazarus says that was the theme to one of my family home videos in the '80s. So everybody loves that song, and we have a little connection to the Fandom Menace. She says, "Did you get the DVD EVS?" No, not yet. I haven't been to the post office, but I'm going if I can get Santo's autograph. You better believe it. That's crazy. I love that stuff. You got to remember who I am. I'm like, I live in the 1950s.
Don't get his autograph.
No, she offered it to me. She said that it wasn't even my idea. She just said, "Hey, I got you this." That's kind of neat.
What did she have? A fight with her father-in-law? Leave him alone.
I didn't. Thank you.
Okay, hold on a second. Here's a Twin Peak fun fact. Blue Note. Though the episode doesn't end with a bang bang bar musical number, it does close with a fitting piece of music. 1959's Sleepwalk from Johnny Santo and Johnny Farina. So yeah, it was in Twin Peaks.
It was in there. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Good on you being
I'm not stupid like they say. I'm smart.
A little Fredo action. Yeah, I watched the video of him performing it now, like recently in 2016 or something like that. Everyone's saying, "Do not shake his hand." I won't. I don't think I'm going to get to meet him, but that was pretty neat. Yeah. So thank you again, Queen Bee. That's really, really cool. Very thoughtful. If anybody has celebrities in their family like that, obviously, get their autograph for me. Thank you.
Well, I have a celebrity in my family. Did you ever hear of David Berkowitz?
All right, that's cool.
Bazinski
Take that,
says, surprise Velociraptor that mauls you in Loot Crate.
Ooh, if there were Velociraptors in Loot Crate, I would buy. I'd buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Give
real
them ideas.
Seed Fan 85 says Ethan looks like one of the Empire's commanders.
Oh, when I was wearing the hat, yeah. Well, rebel.
The Evangelist.
He looks more like a stormtrooper with that shine coming off his skull. No offense.
Where is it? Oh, it's right over here. Yeah.
Oh, am I muted?
No, I already heard.
Yeah.
Oh, then I apologize for that last comment.
Let's see. The Evangelist says, please show me, Jeff, lots of new content. So that is The Evangelist.
Wow, you'll show for people for $2. You're cheap.
Super chat. Okay.
What else?
Fine, $5,000 to shill. Is that what you charge on Mindless Entertainment?
Yeah, sometimes.
5Gs.
What will you do? What will you do for $10?
Turn off the camera and find out. Bikini 90 says, why does Ethan look like he's an extra on the set of Handmaid's Tales?
Oh, that was with the he has a little maid thing.
Stone Cold Jeremy says Ethan looks like he should be a majorette in the Imperial Marching Band. I love it. Brzezinski says The Lion King was real live anime.
Yeah, that's horseshit. They're calling it a live action movie.
Stupid.
Mr. CPU says Ernst closes tonight. Dave Dorman cover.
Wait, what? Dave Dorman did the Star Wars comics.
Yeah, like the covers. I think he also did Indiana Jones. He's a really great artist.
Wait, you should get him to do a cover for Stealing Solo. That would be awesome.
That would
He
be.
would do it.
He would do it, by the way.
Do you have contact information for him?
I can get it for you.
You have
I'm
my.
sure Ethan might be better, but I actually do have contact information for him.
Shoot me a tweet or shoot me a PM on Twitter, dude.
Okay.
Let's see. Hang Solo says EVS. EVS. That hat's a big improvement.
You think so? Oh, thanks.
Very dashing on you.
Yeah, I'll wear that every day if that's the case.
Logan Michael Anti-Funko Pop says, has anyone seen Brazil, 1985? Yay, or it says
Yeah.
Yag Pop.
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
Excellent movie.
Pop game backwards.
So that's a movie I know the alternate ending to, even though I've never seen the film. So
What is it?
Either.
it turns out it has a happy ending in the original one or whatever. I did this.
What's the sad one?
Whatever the real one is, like, I don't know, it's all a dream or some shit like that. Can you really ruin almost a 40-year-old movie? No.
You can try.
I don't think
Clark Prasad, R3E, Reflect, Review, React, and Express says, Hail, High Council. Hi from Bangalore, India. I jumped into sharing my views after the dumpster fire of The Last Jedi. Any hope for geeks in the future? Yes, there is hope. Once the Disney Star Wars train slows down and people stop, attacking fans, geeks will rise again.
Yeah, indie stuff, independent stuff outside of Disney, outside of the main studios, as much as you can get it.
Kenny Jones, thank you very much. He says, Hi, Council. I keep hearing another Indiana Jones movie is coming, but if Episode 9 flops, will Lucasfilm cancel it? Personally, I hope so.
That would be great. That'd be good, because they're going to mess it up. We all know they're going to mess it up.
Oh, they messed up Indiana Jones 4 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They're not going to cancel it. They want money too bad. They want something that people can recognize, that they'll come and check out of curiosity. There's no way we're not getting it.
So, is this the one there where is this next one the one where they're supposedly going to transition into like a female Indiana Jones as well, or is that the few further in the future?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one, but I have heard that they're going to make it a woman.
Well,
And
the
they're
only way I'm okay with that is if they cast me.
yeah.
So,
Well, we already had one. It was called Tomb Raider.
there you go.
And it was really successful. They made it 3 times. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever cancel this movie, but I don't want it to happen. Will I see it? Maybe out of more of a curiosity, but I don't know. They can't do worse than they did with Indiana Jones 4. So
They really can't.
We can bring back the CG monkeys.
Let me just believe that, because as I said that, I walked out of The Force Awakens and said it can't get any worse than this.
Yeah.
Disney hears shit like that and goes, challenge
They
accepted.
say, hold my beer.
Yep.
I'm like, I didn't know you drank Disney. I thought this was family entertainment. Nerveclack says, can we just focus on Mecha Random and her alabaster skin?
Oh, thank you.
Alabaster skin. Megan, what do you have to say about that, Mecha Random?
I'm going to turn beet red and be blushing about that, apparently. I don't know.
We won't be able to focus on your alabaster skin.
I gotta check my makeup. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
What does alabaster mean?
I don't know.
Very, very white.
Very, very white.
Wait, don't you watch Bob Ross, Ethan? I mean, he uses alabaster white to paint the snow cap.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No, he's dead. His skeleton is alabaster white now. He's dead for a long time. I know that was rude. Sorry. I wonder if his skeleton still has an afro, though.
Probably.
Okay.
Isn't it a Jew-fro in his case?
Nah, whatever.
He only had that afro because it was like a cheap way to maintain his hair because he was broke and he hated it.
Yeah.
Well, he always reminded me of all of like the granola hippies that you would see growing up in Colorado. You know, the guys in like the green vans that go camping, and that's
Eat pine cones. Yeah, I know.
Will we talk? Oh, are you talking about Bob Ross?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's flirting with Mecha Random. Holy cow.
She's got a boyfriend.
Do
I swear to God, it's going to be somebody like Nerdrotic, and I'm going to be like,
no, Gary.
the Phantom Menace was like coupling up, you know?
Gary is married.
Gary's married. Jesus. Stop trying to be a home wrecker, Ethan.
I'm just saying, whatever it is, I'm not going to be surprised. It's going to be somebody I know.
The only person that's ever openly flirted with me on a live stream was Roku Beer.
Now I'm getting red. No, not Tom.
It could be Josiah. It could be one of the Geeks and Gamers.
Josiah's also married.
Odin.
I think all of the Geeks and Gamers
Gary's married. Well, see, Doomcock is unmarriable.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
He would have a harem. I mean, who would want to marry somebody with a
But
harem?
also, like, can you imagine waking up to that voice? Good morning, Random.
Oh, he's a sweetie.
He would call her Mecha Random in marriage. That would be great.
Actually, Doomcock called me. He's the one who named me Mecha Random like a year ago because I had changed over from gaming, and then people always assumed because I was like a wrench way back when, before my channel really started taking off, that I think everybody assumed I was one of his robots. So he's like, oh, Mecha Random. So he did rename me. So I'm like, yes, that stuck. So
Nice.
but no.
Right.
I'm sorry.
If you were to hook up with him, would you want him to wear the synthesizer on his voice though?
Yes.
I'd say yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd have to.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard. I mean, he would use his regular voice on Gary's stream. I honestly think the synthesized voice is more attractive. Sorry, Doomcock.
Yeah, he gets too sentimental with his regular voice.
Yeah.
He's angry.
Girls
don't want sentiment. Girls don't want sentiment. They want anger. I know what they want.
That's right, Cecil. You must get all the ladies with all of that intense anger.
Girls do like us to rant sometimes.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm mad at you. Get ready to take it.
That's so threatening.
I know what I'm doing.
Mega Jetty 1 says it wasn't a 300th the movie stream, it was my 300 subscriber stream.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Congrats on your 300 subscribers.
Maybe I thought it was King Leonidas. Sorry. Echo Base Network says, is EVS on shrooms? Oh.
No.
I'm going to do shrooms. And he already promised we're going to do shrooms one day.
Cool.
They're mild. It'll be fun. We'll go to the woods. We'll take a shit.
All right, Bear Cecil. Logan Michael Anti Funko Pop says Cecil cosplay appears to be a vape addicted Jason.
I don't vape.
When we saw his face.
I told you, I know everybody thinks I'm gay, but no, I don't vape.
Let's see. Jason Green says SJWs get triggered by a running leaf. Ree! There are a lot of E's in there. Too many to count off the top of my head. Can you agree with that? Was that the accurate amount
there
of
were
Ree?
a lot of E's.
Okay.
A lot is an accurate description for the number of E's that there are.
All right. Mark C., thank you very much. He says, does anyone remember Jimmy Kimmel starting a petition to end women's suffrage?
That shit was hilarious.
Yep.
That was a lot of women signed it. Bitches be dumb.
I don't like Jimmy Kimmel, so I don't remember that.
I love Alan Carolla, though. That guy was great on that show.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever listen to Loveline, his radio show?
Yeah, Love Lines was great when he was on it. It was so awesome. Mm-hmm.
Staroon of House Roundhead says, I hope Mike Zero gets a cameo in Star Wars Episode 9 as a Force Ghost. He can tell Rey what happens in the future. He deserves it for hyping Episode 9. Do you think Mike Zero's put out 12 videos since we started the show tonight?
Probably.
I
think he's already seen Episode 9 4 times. He's already watching Episode 10.
What do his metrics look like right now? I mean, I unsubscribed to him because it was like Mike Zero. I'm always getting alerts about him.
Too much.
I like him. I just don't like him that much.
Does his dartboard, has it changed at all?
I don't know. I haven't watched. Let me see here. I just want to see, like, if you do that many videos, it's going down.
Well, how many are you doing today?
Spells of desperation.
Mike Zero exposed?
Oh, yeah. Did you look it up? I saw that video, too. That'd be interesting. He still gets, I mean...
Oh, my God. Wait, he didn't... Is Mike Zero dead? He didn't put anything out today. He put out like 8 videos yesterday, but nothing today.
You're right about that. How many videos one day ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos.
That's
8 videos.
That's too many.
8 videos.
And they're doing
What,
it.
today?
Like his best one has 19,000 views, which isn't bad, but like
For a channel that size?
for a channel
No,
that size, it's not great.
it sucks because he said the Rise of Skywalker trailer 2. That's why. That's clickbait. He made it seem like he'd seen a second trailer. That's why it got 19,000 views.
So he probably has.
He did put out. He did put out. He put out 6 videos today, but he's in 2021 right now.
I want to take a look at him real quick here. See what he's doing.
You're right. It's 8 videos. Oh my god. I thought I was excessive with 3.
It's exactly the same. He looks exactly the same. He's got the same baseball cap turned backwards. The dartboard is still there. There's a hidden message in the dartboard. One of the darts is on 14. There are 2 darts on 8. 1488.
There's some secret to making his videos between 6 and 6.5 minutes long because they are like religiously that way. But it doesn't seem to be working for him.
Just combine 2 of them and make a 10-minute, 12-minute video, right?
At what point do you stop when it stops working? Like, at what point- or is just 3,000 views per video okay with you?
Well, if you guys think that's a big deal, Jeremy released 14 videos today, so.
No, he didn't. Jeremy's not that psychotic.
Video today. Back to our listeners. Dion's chair says, hey, Ethan's chair, I really need to crash at your place. Dion kicked me out after a fight. It will be just like college. Please forgive me, Ethan's chair. I smell just like Detroit tap water.
Oh, okay.
That was a double super chat from Dion's chair. Thank you very much, Dion's chair. What do you think, EVS? Think your chair will allow it?
Yeah, why not? My chair's friendly.
All right, cool. I'm happy for you. Everybody needs a friend, chairs included.
Holy! So somebody just pointed out that he made 8 videos.
Yes, he has a Soul Finder comic. It's ending soon, but he has Dave Dorman cover art. So
what?
He is available. Dave Dorman is available for covers. That would be really cool to have him on doing solo.
All right, well, send me his information. I'll make that happen.
Jeremy has time to put up 14 videos today, but he doesn't have time for the high console.
Ethan, what were you saying, man?
No, nothing. That was inaccurate. Somebody said today is the 14th of August, and Mike Zero put out 8 videos today, 1488. It's another reference to Hitler, and that wasn't true. It's only the 13th today, so it's not the 14th. And he didn't put out any videos today. He put them out yesterday. So a good theory, but debunked. I debunked it.
Yeah, but Mike is in what was formerly known as Europe in the year 2034, and it is 814 there.
I didn't realize that. All right, I stand corrected. You know.
Swinging Cod says, "Sorry, I'm late. We still playing the chat drinking game, Jeff? You can make some money." Did I tell you about that, Ethan?
What?
I culturally appropriated a mindless entertainment drinking game, and we watched Captain Marvel. And so we have it to where the super chats are tiered, like, specific amount of money we take a drink, and $20 is to drink beer. I drank almost everything in Jesse's apartment.
It was awful.
Really?
Yeah, it was. It went on for 3 hours, and I almost blacked out.
Jesus.
And then we got onto a Jesse stream, and we had Jeremy prank call us.
It was fun. Swinging Cod, we are going to be playing it on my channel after the High Council. I'm actually
Mecca. Mecca's like, I don't really drink that much. These two drink a lot.
I will on like karaoke nights,
together.
and I will on like improv nights. But yeah, most of the week I'm like no, because I'll overdo it. But yeah.
Jeff, did you ever drink the water out of a snow globe on a dare?
No, did you?
Yeah, but it wasn't on a dare.
I was thirsty. I'm not walking all the way to the kitchen. The fucking snow globe right there.
Right.
Never mind the broken glass.
Let's see.
Glitter's good for you, right?
Your poop has sparkles in it.
Don't some people eat gold flake just for that effect?
Ew.
I think so.
That's terrible.
I'm not into it.
Good. That might be a deal breaker.
Yeah. Sean Tillman says the best Disney Star Wars movie is Rogue One. Yeah, I agree 100%.
So what? Yeah. Big deal.
Oh, it's pretty fun. Jack Random says, look up Anthony and Gruber actor doing Han Solo on YouTube. He's the young Harrison Ford in Age of Adeline.
Oh, yes, we know. We know.
Good, yeah.
This was the travesty that was Solo, was not casting Anthony and Gruber.
Let's see. TLJ Screwdriver says, go back to 2015 and put Leia, Luke, and Han together.
If only you could.
That's it.
Queen
Yes,
Bee says,
they should have all been walking like in single file, and then Kylo steps on.
Shish kebab.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Shish kebab them.
Queen Bee, thank you very much. Queen Bee says, Disney denied my daughter's Make-A-Wish to be on the set of High School Musical 3 because she was number 24 of 18 Wish Kids. Thank you, EBS, for Cyberfrog Heart.
I'm so much better than Disney. You're welcome, Queen Bee.
You're going Robo.
I went Robo?
No, I think that was Cecil that's going Robo.
Oh.
Yeah, you went Robo, Jeff.
Oh, sorry. Queen Bee also sent in the super chat again, so I'll read it again. She says, Disney denied my daughter's Make-A-Wish to be on the set of High School Musical 3 because she was number 24 of 18 Wish Kids. Thank you, EBS, for Cyberfrog Heart.
You're so welcome, Queen Bee. It is my pleasure to be better than Disney in every single way, much more humane and compassionate to the fans. Thank you for all of your support, and God bless. God bless Megan.
What were they talking about? Make-A-Wish kids?
Yeah, Queen Bee has a daughter, Megan. She passed on. She's in Cyberfrog.
Oh wow!
So she's got a cameo in Cyberfrog.
That's really sweet.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Count Tool says, Rod of the Hut eating Ray. # saving Star Wars.
By the way, if there are any Make-A-Wish kids out there, I am available for meetings.
What wishes do you bring to life, Cecil?
What's that?
What types of wishes do you bring to life?
I'll meet them. I'll sign things. I'll sing. I sing a lot of Cyndi Lauper.
Will you perform Shebop for me?
Oh yeah.
Yes, unedited.
What would your wish be, Cecil? If it was your turn to make a wish, what would your wish be?
To not die.
I would wish
punish my enemies. You know.
I would wish to spend a day with me. That way, I could know what it's like to know someone as great as me.
You do that every day, Cecil.
That's true. I do the Buffalo Bill naked dance in the mirror every morning. But it's not enough. I need more.
You know what? Any guy who says he hasn't done that is lying. Every guy's done that every day.
Every day?
If you say you didn't, you're lying. If you say that you don't, you're lying.
Not every day.
Not every day.
I feel like I have fairly conclusive evidence that Jeff hasn't done that in at least like a week and a half.
Jeff's done it before, though. Jeff, true or false? You've done that. You've gotten in the mirror and you've done an impersonation of that dude.
To be fair, I can say I haven't because I didn't see that movie until last year, the first time.
So you did it recently. I mean, I did it.
You did it before you saw that movie, and you go, "Oh, I do that too." Why is Jodie Foster busting this guy's balls? She's trying to have a good time.
Well, let's see who's next. Ricky Critic, thank you very much. He sent in $2. Swinging Cod says Shatner's Twitter feed is why I am on Twitter. Well, hopefully you follow me on Twitter too, so you get all the updates for when we go live, since YouTube doesn't want to do it. Faithor says, "LOL, I just logged in and my first thought was, why is Jeff holding Jesse's head?" I guess
optical illusion. Yeah.
If I cover the Nirvana logo, yeah, you do look just like a severed head.
That works.
You guys are very mummy John. Wow, yes, stay like that. Wow, that's awesome.
Effective. Oh my god.
All right, we're just like this the rest of the show.
And this is when the domestic abuse starts.
Yeah.
To answer the question from earlier.
The first question. So when does the domestic abuse start?
I could just take a nap like this, and then I could be your severed head here.
Yeah. The one says Loot Crate is going out of business. Yes, the one. We did cover that earlier. Ethan is Loot Crate's #1 fan. Not really. So we did cover that. So if you go back and look at earlier in the stream, we pulled up an article and everything.
It's like a gender swap basket case.
So she's Belial? Okay.
Yeah.
Dark Saber Force says Jeff looks like Thanos holding Jesse like Marvel.
I also just really want to point out that there's a bunch of people in this chat that are convinced that I'm a dude, and I think it's hilarious.
Not a dude.
Definitely not a dude.
I haven't seen that.
You need a Jesse's severed head account. I agree.
To go with her hair account.
Wait, you're a girl?
Surprise!
Wait, Jeff is straight?
Surprise!
Matt Becker says, did Ethan polish his bulb today? Looks nice.
Aw.
My head, you mean? My bald head?
It just says his bald.
Oh.
Bikini 90 says, Jeff came out of The Force Awakens and said, it couldn't get any worse than this. That mentally inferior, no-talented hack of a man baby said, hold my soy latte. So basically, it's all Jeff's fault.
Yeah, blame Jeff. Kick Jeff.
Don't blame me. Let's see. Yobo1245 says, can you guys please acknowledge my existence? Thanks.
Hi, Yobo.
Hi, Yobo1245. Is that Master Chief as his icon?
It looks like. Yeah, I think so.
Not only will we acknowledge your existence, we love your icon. Halo's awesome.
My Master Chief is over there, and I got another helmet over there.
And finally, Swinging Cod says, Jeremy has time for 14 videos, but not the High Council. # cancel Jeremy.
I'm not bald.
We're not on board with Cancel Jeremy.
We're not on board with that. So
just cactusing Jeremy.
Just cactusing him.
We should send Jeremy for Christmas.
What's his P.O. box? I'll start sending him one a week.
Cactuses. Sit on all of these.
Love Ethan.
Wait, since this is a high council, and this
Schnick
is a
bunch.
kind of a question that I would need to bring before a committee of elders, of statesmen, I made a human centipede Mego doll, and I went with the traditional formation of Asian man in front. I used Sulu, and then I used for the middle I used Alyssa Milano from Charmed, and for the rear I used Joe from Facts of Life. So I have and then I asked people to send in Migos, and I would add to the human centipede. But a lot of people are saying no, leave the pure centipede pure of the Asian male with 2 Caucasian women, and make a separate human centipede with the celebrities. So far I have Conan, Frankenstein, Richie Cunningham, and I don't know, somebody else. God damn it. Anyway,
I agree with
I
you
have
with
4 of them, but
original.
should I add to the original or should I leave that pure?
Leave
Leave
the
it.
original.
Keep the original homage pure, and then just build the other one until you break a Guinness World Record.
Okay, so I'll make a human millipede.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to who was the other one? Oh, it was the Cowardly Lion. So yeah, it's a colorful group right away.
That sounds
I
like
think
diversity.
yeah, people have actually lobbied me to make sure that Richie is eating Frankenstein's asshole because of Solo, and they feel like he deserves a rotted. Oh, I love that you have that, Ethan. By the way, all the
Autographed by all segments.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, man.
I have the Cowardly Lion Migo.
Guys,
I
I'm
think-
gonna have to bounce out because my live stream is starting now, and I'm gonna have to go do it in the bathroom. We go exiled to my bathroom because that's what love
Jim
is. I
Lee
guess.
played the front part.
Oh, quickly before I go, Ethan and Cecil, I had a thought for a stream I would love to do with you guys. I think the 3 of us should get together and do a deep psychological analysis of what makes SJWs the way they are. I think
Okay.
given our variety of expertise, we would bring a lot of great insight to the table.
I'll do it.
All right. Cecil, you
Thoughtful, yeah, deep, thoughtful analysis is what I'm all about.
I know you are. That's why I wanted you to be part of it.
That's why I broke down your
Alright.
nightmare. You were afraid of bald people, but yet you stayed on a stream with Ethan all night, and I applaud you.
Yeah, I believe firmly in conquering my fears.
Do you know that she's afraid of bald people, Ethan?
But Ethan has some hair. He's not completely bald.
What about Vin
He has
Diesel?
I'm not bald at all. I mean, look, I brush it forward. It's
full of hair.
yeah, it's a lot of hair there. It's an optical illusion right now because there's a lot of light coming down.
You know what? You're absolutely right. You can't see the hair as much because there's so much to shine. There's like a lens flare going.
Exactly. And I'm very blonde. I mean, but it's look, it's hair.
Yeah.
It's just we're
I'm
seeing
not wearing it short for the summer, Cecil.
There you go. All right.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you
you're-
for
You'll be way down.
to be here.
It'll be free and footloose and fancy free with a little short bob. I like it.
When y'all get done watching the High Council, come over to Mindless Entertainment. We're gonna play the Mindless Entertainment drinking game. So right now I'm gonna go drink in the bathroom. But Jeff will presumably join me when he's done here.
Yes, in the bathroom. I'm going to join you in the
That's
bathroom.
clickbait. She's gonna go to the bathroom on her live stream.
Go into the bathroom and drink, Cecil. You can come if you want.
All right.
That's
So
nice to drink the bathroom.
our friend Dark Saber Force says #Batfleck forever. He's not Batman anymore, but I didn't hate him.
Who?
And then our Mr. CPU says, your boy Zach already explains SJW psyches.
So what's somebody getting for somebody's birthday?
Oh, Jesse, what was in this birthday box? Because you're still streaming. You're in
What?
people want to know what's in Ethan wants to know what's in this box. This happy birthday box, because this is all still on camera.
Oh, right.
You can see my feet too.
I don't remember. Honestly, that's been my cat's dead for a long time, so I honestly don't remember. Sorry. It was something cool, probably. I like my friends.
All right, so Ethan,
who was the better love interest for Batman? Maggie Gyllenhaal or Katie Holmes?
Stop it with that question.
I actually met her when I was in Fire Island like 3 weeks ago.
Why were you in Fire Island? That's where gay men hang out.
That is true, but I wasn't in that section.
Mm-hmm.
I have been in that section, but I wasn't this time. But no, she was in a little market in Seaview, and absolutely stunning.
So she wasn't in disguise or anything.
A true movies, no. But I mean, once you see her, you're like, that's a movie star. She's tall. She's like 5'9" or taller, and just stunning. Like, looks different than everyone else. So, I'm not gay, by the way. Everybody's calling me.
I don't even know what Fire Island is, but
it's an island. It was famous for gay people, but that's Cherry Grove. It's a different part.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know Cherry Grove. I didn't know. So how well do you know Fire Island?
I mean, I played volleyball. That was pretty gay.
You played volleyball with the boys at Fire Island?
Top Gun style?
Yeah.
Well, Kate, there's a lot of, if you connect it, I was playing volleyball. Katie Holmes was at the market. Tom Cruise was married to her. She was his beard. He's gay. Oh my God, I'm gay. Oh, wow.
You go to Burning Man?
I just came out.
Yeah.
Have I been to Burning Man?
Yeah. Do you go regularly? No.
No. But I've been to Mykonos, and that's pretty gay.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have like a party if this is like, don't we need like representation and a big, hey, I'm gay coming out party?
I like Cecil coming out. I think that's a great idea for him.
You think if I was gay, I would not say it? That's like it.
People want Cecil to move into my house. That's the one thing that I've heard everybody say. Cecil, you are invited.
Well,
and I mean, look, I'm hesitant to say this, but if you want
that way, we'll find out if you're born that way or you can be turned.
Ethan immediately regrets his offer.
Yeah.
Do your worst.
Anyway, I was going to invite Cecil to come stay, but fuck him. He can sleep on the street. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I can sleep in. Do you have an inflatable raft? I could sleep in the pool, and I'll look out for toads.
Yes, your job's to catch the toads before they go into the pool.
Like the catcher in the rye.
Okay, let me read these two so we can get back to you guys. Your boy Zach already explains SJW Psyche, says Mr. CPU. I haven't heard much from him.
Who?
You don't know Ethan?
Mr. CPU?
No, your boy Zach.
Oh, your boy Zach? Yeah, he's I think he still puts out 800 videos a day. He does all right,
Okay.
Yeah, his campaign is still live. He did over 200,000 in the first 30 days. He's still alive and kicking.
Let's see. John Tannett, thank you very much. He says, J.J. Abrams can save a ton of money on special effects. So he just hires EVS as an extra for his signature trash lighting effects.
Mm-hmm.
What would it cost to hire you to do special effects on a movie, EVS?
I don't want to do anything. You know what I mean?
Amen.
I mean, maybe I've caught Cecil sickness, but yeah, I don't want to do much of anything. The idea of working on special effects for a movie and being around other people sounds horrible to me. It sounds like a fate worse than death. I would not do it. No amount.
I think they were referencing the lens flare going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, on my hat. Oh, so okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if I just had to stand there for J.J. Abrams to photograph my head, that wouldn't be so bad.
Can I explain? Being able to do nothing is a skill. I hang out with very ambitious highly functional people, and they can't fucking relax. And and I'm really good at doing nothing. And you have to get good at doing nothing. And it was what I was born to do.
I
Well,
admire
you're the
that.
best at what you do,
Yeah.
and business is good.
The pay sucks, unfortunately.
King Artura says, Cecil is gay squared.
Maybe cubed.
All right, so folks, you know what? We're going to put the council to bed for this week. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. What do you guys think of the new layout with the Streamlabs stuff? Pretty cool?
No, because we're on camera all the time. Andrea said this. My wife's like, there's no break from, the thing about Google Hangouts that was good is that you got a break from FaceTime. It's like you're not always on camera. Here, you're always on camera. And so, if you don't feel like saying anything, people go, look at Ethan.
But if you pay the $20, you get.
He looks like he's having Vietnam flashbacks. I'm not. I'm reading. You're always on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are like, Mecca, say something. I'm reading the chat. I'm reading you guys. I'm typing to you guys.
Every now and then, though, Mecca looks at the camera, and I feel like she's looking at me. There she is. She's looking right at me.
I try not to. I usually wear like here.
But that's it's too much. It's a lot of work, Jeff.
But if you pay the $20, a month, you could put up an icon.
No, you can't.
Not yet.
I
No.
don't do that yet.
I pay the money. I can't change my picture because I would do the guys from the podcast like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I would put up my jiggle top shirt or whatever, or the riding crop or something.
But you can do stuff like this. Like I can put the Captain Marvel logo for my live stream. I can put this over the top.
Yeah, look, everyone. By the way, everyone likes Mecca. And when she looked into the camera, everyone went, "She's looking at me." Like everyone's happy when Mecca looks in the camera. Adrian Stone says, "EBS, you can hide your cam." I mean, I can just turn my camera around, right?
I'm gonna look into the camera. Maybe I'll get the same reaction.
All right, ready, Cecil? It's on you.
Hold on.
Why does it say Cecil can sell his butt? He will be okay.
There you go. There's the best screenshot ever. You look like a homeless Ninja Turtle.
It looks intimidating.
No, I'm a softie.
That's a you problem, right?
Oh my god, dude! His sister's.
Oh, I need the dog walker. Sorry.
Oh no.
All right, Ethan, is there anything you'd like to promote or plug
How you
before we
become
get
homeless?
episode?
I mean, I don't know. I got my Vampirella cover. My new Vampirella cover is out right now. Which is pretty cool. Let me see if I can screen share it and show you, Jeff, because I know you're interested in my drawings.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you like my drawings. Wait a second.
I mean, before you were a YouTuber, I knew who you were.
Here it is. My Vampirella variant. You see her? See how she's riding the back of a beast's thorax and pulling the stinger up between her knees like this? And it's
very suggestive.
Yeah. And then there's Cyberpunk on there. This is available right now with a foil logo cover. This campaign, it's pretty easy to find. Just look up Vampirella #1 red foil variant, and you'll find my current Indiegogo campaign. We just fulfilled the Vampirella Cyberfrog, the first campaign for Vampirella Cyberfrog. Everybody's getting those books and posters. This one's up. It's fairly easy to do. It's not as complicated as Cyberfrog Blood Honey. So if you haven't purchased one of these yet, please do. Thank you.
Mecca, is there anything you'd like to promote or bring to attention?
I'm MeccaRandom42. You can find me in chat. I'm just gonna say me. You can click that. I have YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. I use Twitter as my notifications because YouTube sucks. Yeah, I like all of you to subscribe to me and watch me all the time and comment on every video and share them all.
Cecil, I'm afraid to ask, but what would you like to say before we go?
I would like to plug anything in a skirt. But I will promote my channel right now. It is called Cecil Says. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And folks, this is World Class Bullshitters. If you're here, make sure you're subscribed. I will be back tomorrow with Mindless Bullshit. And Thursday night is the big podcast. We're going to be playing some games. We're going to be having some fun. And, make sure you're subscribed. We got another video coming out. And we'll do another drunk commentary in the near future. We might do... are we doing our versus next week? Our big.
Is she throwing bottles at you? Is this the domestic violence part of the segment?
This is the domestic violence part of the show.
Don't cut out now. Turn the camera back on. Let's see you bleed.
It sounds like
silverware. It is. She's crazy. She wouldn't let me have wire hangers. She's throwing straws and spoons at me.
I feel like at some point you're going to start throwing cats at each other.
The cats are not going to be thrown. They're off limits.
I think they throw themselves, don't they? Like at a certain age, they'll start just jumping and leaping on things.
The cats, the little kittens, jump on me every day. I wake up to getting bitten. So,
babies.
Yeah, by the cats too. So, folks, thank you for watching. Next week, I guess we're going to do an Avengers Endgame versus Infinity War video. That'll be fun, right?
Yeah.
What's better? Yeah. So, anyway, make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. Check the bell notification and all that stuff because YouTube changes their settings. And, well, I guess that's it for the High Council this week. So, folks, thank you for watching. And as always, be excellent to each other.
Bye.